All right, hey guys, and welcome back to the Beyond the Summit coverage of the TI6 EU regional qualifiers. Best of one series going on today. They're already action-packed and definitely a lot of upsets going on in this region. We just finished watching F5 versus PR, where PR came out on top after a big swing back in the other way. And now it's going to be Virtus.Pro versus Finem here. Now predictions for this, because both of these teams are definitely quite accomplished.
Yeah, VP's looking a lot better than they were previously. They look like they're starting to get their groove together. And Adfinem overall, I think people were kind of looking at them as one of the favorites coming into this. So I think this is one of the better matches that we're going to have today at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, hopping on into the draft, we are already well underway. We are going to have a Terrorblade second pick for VP. This hero just coming in, taking this draft by storm. And speaking of storms, we've got Elder Titan coming out as well. So we are seeing a similar draft, but this time Ricky making it on through. What do you think that's going to do for us?
Ricky is it's just a generally like obnoxious hero to play against. Maybe next time is one of these players who he was kind of stapled as like one of the best bounty hunters for a while. People were like, "Holy crap, this guy's actually like, incredibly good on this hero." So seeing them pick up Ricky is not too much of a surprise. Just it's a good pick, just a safe pickup. You know, maybe they have a strat that they've been playing around it that they've been deciding. So, however, they do pick the Ricky and the Elder Titan right away first too. So this is probably their support duo, which may be a little bit awkward. You already revealed that right off the bat, that you have two melee supports, which are not really the strongest in the laning phase. Elder Titan kind of is, just because Echo Stomp does an absurd amount of damage, and Rikimaru has a little bit of presence just because of Cloak and Dagger making you invis, and then you get like a couple extra backstab hits because you're invisible. But either way, you're revealing right off the bat that these are your two supports, while VP goes for a more general thing and just this is more like just what VP does. You know, they absolutely love Vengeful Spirit. It's like their absolute favorite hero compared to anything else. So
Absolutely. And, with Ad Phenom, like you mentioned, revealing that support duo, there's not going to be a whole lot of babysitting in lane. Elder Titan and Ricky both like to make space. So
yeah.
what cores could Ad Phenom pick up that don't need that babysitting, that can kind of take care of themselves?
Well, their main two heroes that I was going to mention that they love a lot was Slark and Ember Spirit. So VP definitely did do their homework, banning those two out. They've been switching it up a lot, honestly, at Finem. They were kind of sitting consistently doing one strategy, but then yesterday they went on a kind of a rough day. They ended up losing a lot of times when they switched up their playstyle a bit. They've been emphasizing a lot on that Disruptor, but now it looks like today they come out with a completely different plan. So I'm not really sure what they want to really go with those heroes, but they tend to like their, Thug plays this Invoker a lot. They have Madara plays like Slark, Juggernaut, and those are big two actually.
Yeah, I think Juggernaut could be really successful here. You've got that early power spike coming out. As long as you get a successful laning phase, you should be able to go through and hit hard by, minute 20, whereas Terrorblade might need a little bit more time to come online.
Yeah, maybe they even just go for. They used to do the void carry. Okay, this is like Ad Phenom. They love the puck.
Absolutely. But going up against a Timbersaw, that's a little bit difficult. Puck is obviously very slippery, having that phase shift and having that silence and that escape tool, but Timbersaw can just kind of chase him down, punish Puck over and over again.
Instant Timber pick too. They have a lot of mixed damage now on VP. They don't have the best team fight between their lineup until they get a good amount of items on the Timbersaw and the Terrorblade, but the damage that they have and the lockdown that they have right now is hugely beneficial, and the thing that we've been talking about. Okay, they actually did exactly what I was going to say. I was about to say, VP has a good amount of vision for their lineup, but Ad Phenom does too, and now they pick up a Beastmaster too, which complements even more with the Elder Titan and the Hawk.
Yeah, that Hawk is going to be fantastic here. We'll see if Virtus.Pro respond, because we are going to see this Bat Rider picked up. I'm assuming it's going to be offlane Bat just because of the Timbersaw pick, but they could switch that up if they wanted to run offlane Timber, but that seems unlikely.
Yeah, Ad Phenom needs a hero on Madara that just kind of like wraps up everything and gives them a lot more damage, because right now, even though they have the Elder Titan with the natural order and everything, their team does not really look like it has a crazy amount of damage to deal with anyone. Like Timbersaw versus those four heroes, I don't really see him dying in the later stages of the game to any of those.
Yeah, he's going to get really, really beefy. I think Ad Phenom, they've got to get online, they've got to get a lot of early rotations, a lot of early kills to show dominance in the laning phase, otherwise they can just kind of get rolled over.
Yeah, they did pick Sven recently a bit, and it's decent versus the Terrorblade, obviously because of the cleave and everything, and you also buff up your team with your Warcry.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess we're going to find out, though, very soon to see what they actually decide to go for and what they feel matches up really well versus the Terrorblade.
I really like this Ursa ban. I think Ursa's one of those heroes that can just get online very, very early and go for early picks. And having that not in the pool means at Finem, they're going to be struggling a little bit, perhaps, with their laning phase. Virtus.Pro, they know that it's going to be sit tight in the early game, farm up, get your items, and then, 30 minutes, make your attack, go in, start getting crazy kills.
Yeah. What Madara hero am I forgetting right now? I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Even looking at like his list of heroes, it's usually Slark. Actually, like almost always Slark. But
Yeah, I've seen so much Slark from Madara in the last like 3 patches. I was thinking back to, casting old Pro Dota Azubu cups, and it's pretty much always Slark when it's available.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him on Ursa like once, so that makes the ban make a little bit more sense.
Anti-mage.
Hey, there's anti-mage coming out.
They're going for the late game, so they don't really have that much. They still don't really have that much damage in their draft, but now they're going just for this split push pick off build, split push pick off team, and they're just going for like super late game. But don't really know how well anti-mage even matches up versus Terrorblade in that type of aspect, because once Reflection comes out, it's probably one of the best spells versus agility heroes in the game, and you actually mana break yourself. And you can't even, like, it's not really an illusion, it's one of those like fake illusions, so you can't even do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't hit it back, you can't run away. Ad Phenom, I mean, that anti-mage pick confuses me, because we were talking about how it would make sense for them to go for that early game snowball, and anti-mage needs a lot of time to come online. I mean, he can farm faster than almost all cores, but his fight impact is going to be minimal till at least 25 minutes.
Yeah, I guess they just felt a lot of pressure. They know that the Timbersaw is a core as well, so anti-mage can do incredibly well versus him, obviously, just because if he does throw out a lot of his spells, he can just get mana voided, and it can be quite devastating for the side of them. But I guess at Finem just felt pressured, because they have 4 heroes that aren't, it's pretty much setting up for a 4 protect 1, so they're like, alright, what hero do we think just going to match up super well versus the Terrorblade? And I guess they felt like it's the anti-mage versus the Terrorblade and the Batrider and Timbersaw.
Well, Virtus.Pro here sitting on their last pick, probably going to be their secondary support. They don't really need a babysitter. I think Vengeful Spirit's more than enough, so they could go for a rotator. I think a Rubik would be interesting, but also very vulnerable to Ricky ganks. What do you think?
It's
okay. One of my favorites.
We could not have guessed that one at all. But now we were even talking about how Ad Finem lacks damage, like a bit in the early stages of the game. Treant Protector is gonna make everybody actually unkillable versus Ad Finem's lineup in this early stages of the game. So this is a really interesting pickup, and it's kind of like I wouldn't call it like an FNG specialty, but it's something that he used to like a lot. Like we were seeing him. He was kind of not like the innovator, but the person who busted out the Aghanims Refresher on the tree one game, and he like emphasized his farm really heavily. And he's one of the few people that does still like the Treant. And it has been buffed. It got what, +7 damage last patch as well. So now he's got like 88 damage.
Yeah, he is such a hard hitter. He hits harder than like mids at level like 4. He is very, very easy to go through, and I think if they go for that aggressive lane, if they bring in the Vengeful Spirit for somewhat of a try, they can definitely get the job done. Now, while we still have time here to talk about these crazy picks, let's look at predictions. Will a tower be killed before 10 minutes?
We have a Terrorblade on one of the teams, so I would say yes.
Player with highest total magic or pure damage done to heroes at game end? Oh, that's a tough one. Terrorblade, I think.
At game end? Yeah, probably the Terrorblade. Timbersaw can go out of control as well, even anti-mage, if the game does get to a point where he's able to free farm very heavily, but...
Total number of towers killed before 25. Towers killed? What? Why would you even... 16 plus towers? What?
That's the most bizarre stat in the world. Total number of towers killed before 25. Total, so...
Wait, there's 16 plus towers? Okay, that's like all of them. Okay. I don't think that, but alright, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's 22 towers total, so...
Okay. Yeah, I'll go 6 to 10.
I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, 6 to 10 is pretty good, because that's the tier 2s. That's some tier 2s. And team who places the most... Alright, these are bizarre or whatever.
Yeah, these are very weird. I think that Observer one is just a guess, but like we were talking about earlier, Fission is so prioritized by both of these teams, and a Batrider, a natural gem carrier. We'll see if he's going to opt to get up a good one, and I think it's going to be a great gem game. Again, you do have that Puck being, or rather the Ricky being kind of a nuisance.
Yeah, this is a... If the Ricky can do a lot during the laning phase, it's gonna just be super beneficial for Ad Finem, because they need a great start. They need this anti-mage to have a pretty much everything. And I really should have gotten them to just fix this computer before I did this again.
Oh, you still got invis heroes?
Everybody's just invisible. Oh well.
Yeah, I got my my layout here, big old monitor.
Yeah, it's alright. It's just a little frustrating.
That sounds. Can you just like restart the client, or is it just completely out of
I'm
control?
gonna try one more time. I did it before, but whatever. I'll just watch out for your screen.
So Ricky being a jerk, but Vengeful Spirit has 1 sentry and doesn't opt to put it down. I think just admitting that she has to go around another path might be the play here. Are we going to see No Fear be able to go through and punish the Ricky early? Because maybe next time, definitely playing up, playing very forward, and it's going to be going through, getting some harass.
Oh, in progress. Updated. Prediction updated.
Are we going to get an update every single time someone does pure damage?
Yeah, every time someone hits in the early lane phase. This is an interesting approach that VP is doing. So they're doing dual lanes. Tree, Batrider, gonna be able to pressure down the anti-mage. I really like this approach.
I really like the tree up against this melee core. I think the treant is, like we talked about, doing absurd amounts of damage here. 91 at level 1. Holy hell.
Yeah. It's 91 now. Okay, I thought it was 88, so I was off by a little bit. Oops.
Thug actually getting kind of low. G has that whirling death. Maybe just popping to get some harass, but Thug playing safe. Again, Puck is very slippery, very hard to actually get a hold of.
Yeah, we shouldn't see a death come out in the mid lane. Both of these heroes should just be able to farm pretty well against each other. The Thug, if anything, maybe in the first couple stages of the lane, he might be a little bit ahead in the CS department, but G's gonna be bringing out his bottle soon. I actually usually see Arteezy pick up a Quelling Blade on the Timbersaw mid, so I thought that G would probably do the same thing, because you do lack a little bit of base damage versus a Puck, especially.
Oh, it's getting crowded down here. We got the Batrider sitting about half health. Yoku is only sitting on the Napalm, so again, splitting levels very thin. Up top, we are going to have something go down here. Living Armor coming out. No Fear. Nice reaction, as Skylark is not going to be able to find anything else off here. I'm keeping a close eye for First Blood, but there's a lot of aggression bottom, a lot of aggression top. Where do you think we see it?
There really shouldn't. There's like really hard opportunities for both teams to get a First Blood, honestly. It's like if somebody's completely out of position, so probably on the Elder Titan in the bottom lane, because if he gets caught by a Leech Seed with a couple sticky stacks, he's just going to straight up die. Probably bottom lane, though, just in general. Ricky will probably make a movement down there as well and cause some havoc, but both teams taking kind of the same approach. They want to get guarantee their offlaner.
Oh. They get that sleep onto the Batrider, doing a lot of damage there. Like you talked about, there's the Leech Seed coming out, but FNG actually the one to take a lot of damage. Both Yoku and FNG very, very low. And Finem heroes, they're not going to follow suit. They're feeling all right.
Yeah, the Invis Rune actually hugely beneficial to Spartan. Be able to get in the backliner behind the two of them, get a stomp off, and some good amount of damage. So, Elder Titan proving to be a pretty good zoning support right now. Somehow working out.
Yeah, it's working against a tree with so much damage. You really expect something to be thrown down, but I think Anti-Mage is doing a great job playing very, very safe here.
Yeah, it's very hard for either of them to get a kill. So now it is probably just going to be FNG leaving his bottom lane and just going elsewhere. Actually, yeah, he's just going to go back top. He's just going to secure the short lane. They didn't really pressure the anti-mage, I don't feel like, the way he wanted, so now he's probably like, whatever, like, you're on your own down there.
Yeah, it's kind of a passive game. I mean, Finem, they got an aggressive draft. Up top here, we could have some damage going out, as now they bring in the Treant Protector to the top. They're looking for more. They do have this Sentry. We'll see if Ricky walks into it. I don't think he knows that's there.
He had a sentry there about a minute and a half ago, so I'm pretty sure that one got placed down and dewarded his, so I think he should know.
Maybe.
He's usually he's the guy who plays like the bounty hunter and stuff like all the time as well, so he's usually pretty perceptive about the position that he is versus like sentry wards and stuff, especially since he's just mooching experience. His Beastmaster's jungling, so he's just like, whatever, I'm just gonna sit here and get some XP, which I need.
Have some fun. And well, Aloha Dance getting a bit of an uncontested time here, already picking up the makings of what looks to be treads. Do you think we're gonna see a Midas here?
I hope not.
Yeah, it seems very, very greedy.
Yeah, I don't like that on Terrorblade. You need levels, sure, I can understand that, but your illusions don't benefit so much from like a Midas either. Like,
Spartan could be in some trouble. He's only got that one stack of napalm, and they go through. Yoku actually taking a fair amount of damage. He's got the Firefly. Will be able to flop to the low ground if he needs, but he doesn't want to leave these stacks. So it's going to be Yoku sacrificing a little bit of his health to go through and get some jungle creeps. very, very passive game so far. And if we look at the overall balance of last hits, Anti-Mage getting a lot, Terrorblade also getting a lot. No one's really running away with this game. In fact, Puck, Timbersaw also matching up very, very evenly. It's Beastmaster who's going to be spending a lot of time in lane, actually keeping up in terms of CS.
Yeah, he's got his Iron Talon now finished too, but he looks like he might actually get wrapped on
Oh.
here from FNG. This might be the first blood here that we've been talking about. They get the slow on him.
They're
They
going to be
get in range
rotating
with the
back up
stun.
Ricky. Can they get anything here? No Fear goes out. Magic Missile comes through. And it looks like the raw damage may not be enough. Living Armor there onto No Fear. They want to go in onto the Ricky. The Ricky going to live with
Oh
a
my
fraction of
God.
his health. They cannot get it done. Lot of resources wasted on that engage. Now No Fear also very low. There is going to be rotation
No
back up from the
Fear's so
Puck. They
dead.
really want this. No Fear looking to maybe deny the tower. They do have FNG here. No Leech Seed. And it looks like the Illusion Orb coming out. They will get the kill. They commit a Dream Coil. Connects onto 2. They get the Leech Seed onto Thug. They pop up the Reflection as well. Skylark going to be going in. They will end up popping the Dream Coil. Can they get the return kill on the tree? So now First Blood all at once becomes very, very bloody. 2 for 1. Puck going down to the tree and the Venge. So Puck actually a big loss there. The mid rotates out and dies for the 2 supports.
Still might be a okay rotation. He defends the siege of the tower. His Beastmaster is going to be able to get up there and get some experience as well. It's not the worst thing that could happen, but you don't really want to. You don't want to have your Puck there die there. Bottom lane, Yoku gets stomped up. Oh, his sticky stacks just fell off, but they look like they're going to be turning it on Spartan now for now.
Spartan, 3 seconds till stomp. He can just wait this one out and look to go offensive here. More sticky stacks coming in. He's burning. He's going to go through. He will channel. And now they will connect the stun, but looks like, oh no,
Oh no,
Batrider.
Madara too. He just blinked and he's got 4 sticky stacks. He's going to die as well.
All right, maybe they get the return kill onto Yoku. Looks like that will be the case. Oh, the living armor from the tree. The plays here from FNG with the Nature's Guys as well.
Oh my god,
Very,
that's two
very
kills
synergistic play.
saved by Living Armor already in this game. Very detrimental to Ed Finem.
Nice play with the Batrider, keeping calm under pressure, knowing that, all right, if I keep going, if I get very, very low, I can end up dying with the Anti-Mage, and lots of trust in your supports to bail you out.
Bit of a mistake there from Madara too. Like, he blinked in and thought that he could be able to do a little bit more with the blink, but then he didn't actually turn and use Mana Void. And Mana Void has like such a quick cast point now that I feel like he could have probably turned and killed the Batrider with it, but if not, he would have guaranteed the death on the Batrider with that Mana Void there. So a little bit of a mistake, double mistake there from Madara.
All right, down bottom, we got a bit of a chase going through.
Spartan's
Yoku.
going to get ran at again here. Yoku's already committing the Firefly. 2 stacks of sticky. No flame break levels though, so he's just going to get stomped up.
Yeah, he's going to get stomped, but they can't rotate in the Anti-Mage. The Anti-Mage definitely learned his lesson coming in, trying to be the aggressor, although he is going to go through landing a couple of hits. But Yoku's completely fine now. Anti-Mage standing in the fire. Might not be where he wants to go, and then they will bring in the Timbersaw as well. G with the Arcane Rune. Oh god, that's dirty.
Oh, the bad manner Satyr shoots a blast at him and takes his raindrop away.
Oh,
There's no one even near him. It just did that because the people were relatively close.
that's the get off my lawn creep right there.
Skylark doing quite well in the off lane. You have another stomp coming out.
Not going to connect. They go in. They want to get something here onto Madara.
10 seconds on blink. Well, the Madara's going to die again.
I think he might end up living here.
Oh, nice rotation from Thug.
That's going to save their lives. Yeah, they will get the stun there onto Yoku. Rotation back in from the Ricky. Maybe he looks for something here. He's pretty under level. He's got level 3, so Smoke Cloud is there if they need it. Walking around that spirit. Looks for the stun. Oh! All of a sudden, absolute destruction there. Timbersaw, no remorse, and Thug gets stunned up. Thug will go down. Oh no, hopping back to the illusory orb. Very, very well timed, but in the end, Puck does end up falling. They're looking for Madara here. 1 second on blink. He is able to go through into the trees and get that TP out, but very aggressive play from VP right now isn't getting punished.
This is not good at all for Ed Finem. They're getting kind of ran over in the lanes. Puck made 2 rotations so far just because he feels like he kind of needs to. Both rotations get him killed. And yes, the tower will be killed before 10. Nice.
All right, we got that prediction on lock. Now up top, there is going to be the Beastmaster sitting back. He does have his level 7, so has that counter-initiate tool with the Roar, but yeah, like we talked about, Ad Finem needed to go through, they needed to win lanes, and VP have such a snowball-oriented lineup that as soon as kills go down, they can immediately turn it into objectives, they can immediately scale off the back of that very, very well, and you know, your anti-mage keeps getting punished like this, it's going to get very ugly. He only died once, but forced out of lane twice.
Yep, he died once, but he's got forced out of lane twice, and they are, like, you can see it in the, like, there hasn't really been fights, but every time that, like, anything's being used, they lack that just a little bit more damage, and the tree armor is just going to be showing how much that actually comes true into fruition in a couple minutes when they try to actually take a real team fight. If people are living armored up, they're not going to be able to focus down one target. This Ricky Maru is level 3.
And, you know, it's all right as long as he's, you know, really trying and going through and getting that vision. In terms of overall last hits, Terrorblade really starting to run away with this. Stomp coming out will connect onto the tree, but looks like they're not going to have any follow-up. Just casual harass. Anti-Mage going to be sitting about 10 last hits behind the Terrorblade, and looks like he's going straight into most likely that Battle Fury. Casper having some trouble there. Hopefully he sorts himself out. Ooh. But Terrorblade sitting at the top of the net worth, along with the Timbersaw, who's had some decent kill participation, has that 1 kill to his name, and is going to be sitting on Arcanes and almost enough for the Soul Booster.
Yep, he's getting pretty close to it, so good timing is there for him. Good timing on the Terrorblade's farm. He's pretty close. He pretty much has his Dragonlance, so pretty much the standard items, the timings that we see, the 10 to 12 minute Dragonlance, the 10 to 14 minute Soul Booster. And we should be seeing, and Yoku is actually opting for the drum build instead of rushing for that blink. I actually like this. I personally like this approach almost every single time.
Yeah, I think the stats are super, super valuable, especially when you're matching up against a team
Dog,
that can't
two-man
scale. Oh,
coil.
Puck coming in. They bring in the shout as well. Dreamcoil pop onto No Fear, so stuns himself up even though the door misses, and they will get kill it on the Bat Rider.
The armor was on cooldown, but it looks like they might get Spartan top. Getting punched down, Timbersaw, chain through, and he's dead. Yep.
Now back to the mid here. No Fear is going to take that Mana Void. So Madara putting in the hours, but Puck ends up getting the kill in the end. Now Puck with that 2-2-2 kill score, definitely making some space. Very nice Dreamcoil rotation, like no hesitation on that, which was perfect for Finem.
Yeah, and he picks up a Veil, so this is going to make up for some of the damage that they're lacking on top of the Elder Titan Natural Order. It's going to just boost the damage which they really, really need in their lineup, and they were very fortunate there that the tree armor was cooldown, being able to pick up that kill on the Bat Rider with the coil, because he may have actually survived if it wasn't up, or if it was up.
Yeah, Venge with a moment of panic, knew the Beastmaster was coming in, walked out of the coil and ended up stunning herself anyway. I don't think the roar would have hit her if she just stayed in place.
Yeah, Aloha able to take out that top tower with his Dragonlance finished up.
Yeah, he's still going to get the most out of that Metamorphosis, has like 10 more seconds, able to clear out the wave, maybe slap the tower a couple of times. And oh. Alright, stop. Maybe
they have ET ultimate. He's got a 3-man stun. He's hesitating really hard on it. I guess, okay, he probably was like, guys, I have a 3-man stun. Can anyone rotate? And everybody was just like silent, so.
I mean,
that still was very unfortunate there. He could have gotten a huge opportunity for his team there with that. He had a perfect setup for an ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he let it roar, he was very worried about getting turned around upon. If it didn't go through, Timbersaw was double damaged up. They still had the Metamorphosis from the Terrorblade, so
yeah.
Just those risky fights. If Finem, you know, we have full-on spectator vision, but Finem didn't know if there was anyone on the wings, if there was anyone going for backup, if they were already.
The only one who could port in reaction as well was Madara, and he probably is like, I'm already behind a bit, like, I need to get my farm on. It has to be Beastmaster, Ricky, and Puck making the plays around you. Like, it cannot be me. I need to farm.
Absolutely. Now, smoke up here. You've got your Ricky leading the charge, so if the smoke pops, not even a huge deal. Got that permanent invis rocking out. Now the Hawk, again, following up. Great vision for the Beastmaster, but everyone else on VP bailing out. They're going for a play of their own here.
Yeah, just going for the Ancients, I guess, just farming. They know that Finem is going to be making a move soon. There's nobody showing in that bottom lane. There's nobody showing in the Radiant jungle. And they did have that ward in the lane top, so they saw Spartan still constantly pushing it out. And when you see a support walking up that far without a tier 1, you're assuming that he's going to have people behind him, and the assumption is right.
Alright, so Living Armor can only do so much to stop this push, immediately get off, but...
Oh, they're going for the Roche, but Spartan's already, he's ready for this.
Oh, walking in. Can they get the stomp? 3 men caught out. There is going to be that rune picked up.
VP needs to get out. Do not continue this Roche.
Oh, they're gonna...
Like, continuing a Roche on it versus an Elder Titan can be pretty much game losing.
So they're going to be rotating around. They scout out the Elder Titan, and they do have that lasso online, but no blink for the bat just yet.
Oh, FNG's actually got really good positioning here.
Oh, the Veil coming out. They get a 4-man Dream Coil. Everyone's snapping. Elder Titan with the ult, kind of whiffing. And this looks like it is going to be a Chakram coming out. They get a lot of damage onto Thug, but Thug going to be okay. Popping back to that Illusion Orb. Now Dust comes out. They will scout out the Ricky, but split target syndrome coming through. The swap back means that maybe they get the kill on the Puck. Stomp going to be off the mark here, connecting onto, okay, No Fear.
Still, though, that's the right approach there for them. They need to get out of the pit and take the fight to Finem, and they did that. instead of going to try to finish the Roche, which was absolutely the right choice. FNG's positioning there let them get a 4-man overgrowth, even though the puck got a 4-man coil. Unfortunately, Spartan was getting kind of low on mana, so he had the decision either I throw my Spirit and I do a Stomp, or I just throw my Earth Splitter, and he decided I'm just going to throw the Earth Splitter, and it completely whiffs, unfortunately.
Alright, well, first Roche of the game will be revealed. Now, they do use a dire scan over here and do scout out that at least maybe next time is sitting in the wings, but either way, Aegis on Terrorblade, and he's sitting ready to fight. I mean, the only one kind of low is Treant Protector, and he's going to be healing himself up very, very quickly.
Yeah, they got the Aegis, and they got the kill on the puck, which was great. But at the same time, Finem did get a good amount of space there. The Anti-Mage was able to finish his Battle Fury, farming a bit, and the Beastmaster was able to heavily push that top lane. However, it is versus a Treant Protector, so he's going to be able to heal that up after the pressure on the tower from the book usage.
Alright, so Batrider not going to have the quickest blink in the world. Needs a couple hundred more gold on top of that. And like you mentioned, Anti-Mage picking up the Battle Fury, so I'd Finem picking up the kit they need to take this, but up against a Terrorblade that's doing this well early on is very spooky.
Spooky indeed. And Thug is struggling quite a bit. He is on his way to his Blink Dagger still, and he's almost like 1,500 gold behind the Timbersaw. So struggling a bit, but either way, he should be able to get that Blink relatively soon, and then once he's able to find some levels, he should be quite evasive and able to dodge any of VP's actual potential of killing him. The only way he dies if he gets caught in like an overgrowth full duration.
Alright, so sitting back, not the bloodiest of games that we've seen, certainly not in the EU region, but do you think we're going to see more aggressive initiations from VP, knowing that they have a slight edge now with the Terrorblade Aegis, or just sit back and farm and use that as a safety net?
They can go for opportunities. The blink on Batrider is pretty much their opportunity to go for getting some more offensive wards. FNG as well with Treant. This is pretty much what he loves to do. He gets a couple more levels in the Nature's Guys soon, and he's going to go ward aggressively, and then they're going to be able to seize the opportunities and go for these pickoffs. As long as their lanes are pushed out, though, so they need to make sure they do that.
Hasted Titan, setting the Spirit in. They will get the Stomp onto FNG, but just getting eyes is more important than actually going in and getting the aggression.
Ad Finem's wards are pretty funny to see right now. There's one in mid, one in top behind the tier 2, which is in a really clever position. I've never seen that one before.
That's close. Yeah.
And then one behind the tier 1 bottom. So they really want to be emphasizing on the laning positioning right now in the game.
And that's super important because you're going to have Terrorblade going through and farming these static lanes, and you know he's not going to push out past River when he doesn't need to, and he's not going to go through and give you a ton of vision in the creep wave. So just being able to see where they're at, where they're rotating to is great. And you can also see the TPs to the towers. Now Scan will reveal Dire Heroes in the smoke. Radiant are so keen on this. Oh, they go through. They pop out the dust here. They want to get Ricky. He pops out of the trick of the trade. He goes in with that Silence Cloud, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. Maybe next time going in, looking for a neutral deny, maybe. Looking to wait out the smoke, but will end up just getting pummeled by Terrorblade.
He was almost able to actually get the dust removed off him. Blink up in 1 second from Madara, but they get the grab on him. They've got Lasso as well.
The lockdown. Madara gets punished there. That's the second Anti-Mage death. He isn't finding a whole lot of space. Now, how heavily is that going to cost him?
It's obviously not good at all. Like, they need to be protecting him better than that. They need to be more aware of their positioning. And yeah, you can't have your Anti-Mage dying at all.
Yeah, that's 2 deaths now at 18 minutes, and he hasn't even really started fighting. That's when he's trying to play safe. Imagine when he starts going into these engages.
Yeah. They're gonna try to pressure this bottom tower. Glyph is down, and they will get it.
Beastmaster with the roar, though. This is setting up. They are going to go immediately with the stun, with the swap. They want to punish Skylark. He's going to shout, but surrounded by 3. There's a nice Dream Coil from the puck. The Veil as well, doing some work to get the kill on the bench. Skylark may end up living through this. No, Whirling Death will slap him down. And that's going to be a 2-for-1, or rather a 1-for-1 globally. And that was a Beastmaster roar committed for not a whole lot of payout.
Yeah, they got the tower at least, and they net like a kill, but they have to expend.
Oh, Terrorblade, though, he's going for the global push. Does get something done in the mid lane. Now, up against Anti-Mage. Maybe not where you want to be, just farming up casually, but we'll see the Ricky go through, making some space. VP, their Observer game is strong, but their Sentry game is not the best. They aren't really getting a lot of real onto the Ricky. We see the dust being used occasionally, but they're not as aggressive as they could be.
Yeah, now we're gonna have some downtime. Both teams probably gonna just farm up a bit until Lasso is up. They don't really seem. They do have a smoke on No Fear, so maybe they're gonna just go for a play right away with that smoke. And the lasso being up. It looks like they do want to. They are clumped up together. Maybe they want to bring in the Tower Blade. The ward just wears out from Finem in the mid lane, so they are not aware of this smoke.
Oh. Yeah, that one that we saw right there, like way near the tier 2.
Oh man, and if Madara might actually get caught here.
Oh, he cannot afford this. No, he's going to blink back. I don't think they catch this. So a little bit of wasted time. The Aegis will be consumed, so Terrorblade not going to get anything out of that.
Ricky broke the smoke on the Batrider, so he was able to be aware. Also pushing up that far into the enemy jungle. It's a little bit scary for the NT mage, but his item timing is not very good right now. He's quite behind. You really want to be much more ahead of this. You want to probably have at least your ultimate orb on your way to your Manta here at the 20-minute mark.
Alright, now Ricky could get caught out. Oh, there's going to be a shout mid lane. They get the puck onto G. And that's going to be a nice Elder Titan ultimate. The Treant Protector with the awesome overgrowth, but it's not going to be enough to hold everyone in place now. No fear. Could get punished here. Will get healed up. They're going to expend that living armor for the support, and that's still on cooldown for about 10 seconds, but this looks to be the end of the fight. There's no more aggression is going to be spammed out. Oh, they could go for another stomp here. It catches out onto Aloha Dance, but he's still full health. They're not going to want to reinitiate onto that.
And that's pretty much what they have to do to get kills in this lineup right now. They have to commit absolutely everything. Earthsplitter is their biggest damage potential right now, as it usually is. 30% max HP as damage, and they have a Veil on top of that, so it gets buffed up even more. So whenever they go for kills, it's pretty much, yeah, Roar into Earthsplitter with a Veil on top. The puck, I'm not sure if he needed to commit the coil, but either way.
Looking for the blink lasso, but oh, juked out by Spartan for at least a little bit. They are going to follow up with damage. They have the Vengeful Spirit missile if needed, and they're going to go through. They will connect it. He's burning down, and he will not get a chance to react to that.
G's like, guys, wait, I need my Bloodstone charge, thank you.
Yeah, so they hold him in place. It's kind of the old middle school bullies, just like hold him up near the locker and start punching.
Yep.
And, so in the end, it's going to be 6-11. VP doing very well here. They're just getting these better pickoffs globally, and they do have a lineup that does benefit from that. We've seen Terrorblade get out of control here. Now, do you think Anti-Mage is the Great White Hope to contest him late game, or is Madara just kind of slowly starving?
I personally don't think so, honestly. I think that the reflection is gonna have a big deal. It's like if the Anti-Mage is ahead of the Terrorblade, then sure. But if he's on par with Terrorblade, that's not really the situation you want to be put in.
Yeah, because again, Anti-Mage, he can clear lanes very quickly, he can farm very effectively, he can get those big items, but when it actually comes to sieging towers, he's not the fastest in the world, whereas Terrorblade, good god, that's going to get ugly when the Manta comes out, when the Metamorphosis is there, he's just going to be slapping away at buildings.
Yeah, and they have the dire advantage in a way, so they are able to, if they push out their lineup, push out their waves properly, they're always going to be able to get that Roshan instantly after a big team fight, while at Finem is pretty much like, okay, if we win a team fight, we can get a tier 2. But they need to get a huge wipe onto VP if they want to go for any type of Roshan play, because their heroes, the only way they kill Roshan quickly is if they use the book on the Beastmaster, and that's committing a lot.
Oh, they're going to be pushing into this top lane. Necro units doing some work. The Boris spraying out some damage, but again, the Treant Protector can just keep eyes on this thing and keep its spam healed up, because I don't think Ad Phenom...
Dog gets grabbed up.
Always looking for something there. They can bring out the dust. So
oh, and they stop the TP from MNT.
All right, now FNG looking for more. There will be the tricks of the trade. Treant Protector still holding on to that ulti if he needs it, but they're just able to pluck down the Ricky without even committing a whole lot. So Puck, Ricky down. Nothing of any sort of consequence lost from VP. Yeah, they commit the lasso, but as long as you secure a kill every single time, that is 100% worth it.
Yeah, and I was going to mention it earlier. I just kind of drew a bit of a blank, but FNG did pick up a gem, so that's extremely good versus the Ricky for obvious reasons, but also taking out the vision from Ad Finem. We've been talking about it constantly. The vision game is extremely important in these matchups with these teams, which are all very close in skill level.
All right, so going back in, FNG is going to be not exactly prioritizing selfish items, like you mentioned, picking up the gem. He's been kind of the ward bitch here. Do you think we're going to see a Treant Ags at all, or is that vision just going to be a little too hotly contested?
He's not. He's not going to get an Ags this game. He's not. He doesn't really even need it.
I love Treant Ags though.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm pretty sure he does as well, but his priority in this game is just pretty much stay in the back.
Overgrowth.
Overgrowth. Couple heroes. If you overgrowth the puck, he's got to die pretty much instantly. And just win your vision game for your team. Living armor your hero, whoever's getting focused. It's not really the biggest deal right now afterwards. You know, living armor starts to wear off a bit, but still.
Alright, so Virtus.Pro, they're not actually capitalizing on a lot of advantage here. We're 25 minutes in. Terrorblade hasn't been pushing up tremendously far. He has that BKB now completed and looks to be going for a secondary Aegis here, but usually you see the Terrorblade exercising a bit more of a lead, especially against an anti-mage that hasn't really been contesting him. You know, there's not like those big cores are going in and charging down and keeping your Terrorblade threatened. He has the full map at his fingertips. He can kind of go wherever he wants.
And our prediction was updated. 6 towers were taken before the 25-minute mark,
Hey,
so
we
let's
got
go
it.
us. We got
Look
us.
at that,
Right.
at least 2 correct for me so far.
Yeah.
Now they're going forward here. They want to get some sort of pick. They are going to go in.
Madara.
Oh, Madara.
All right. MNT, he's the sacrificial lamb here. He runs into the Bat Rider, and he's like, my buddy, I got you.
I mean, maybe he gets out of this alive. I mean, maybe they
Wait,
have to
what?
Where, Ricky?
How is he? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Did you just blink strike out of there to a creep wave and no one saw it?
He really did.
Hey.
All right. Well, they actually lose nobody there for a lasso committed. That was bizarre.
I mean, that's Finem just reacting very, very quickly and keeping cool under pressure.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And this game is still looking in VP's hands, but Finem is slowly starting to catch up here. The anti-mage has caught up with the Terrorblade and net worth, and if anti-mage is over the Terrorblade and net worth, that's when he can actually take fights versus him. But he needs to be probably, I'd say, like 1 item over the Terrorblade just because of the lineup that
FNG, he's
VP
there.
has.
He's ready to bust ulti for this. Can he get 2? The dust comes out. So actually, Ricky going in on the aggressive. They plop down that tree. Oh no, Madara will give his life for that. Not quite sure that's worth, but at least Finem securing something for the trade.
That was definitely a mistake from Madara. He
Yeah.
was telling his teammate to like
Oh,
pick up.
gee. He could be another trade globally here. They lock him down. They get the stomp. He is going to go through with that Bloodstone suicide. So not giving away the gold, but he is still out of the fight for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, Madara was probably telling his teammate to pick up the gem and stuff, and just like didn't really notice his positioning and where the Venge was under him, and Venge actually gets the stun off, which should probably not have happened, but either way, a bit of a mistake there for him. And nice tower gained for Finem bottom lane. And if you noticed, Thug's skill build, he actually, okay, now he finally picked it up, but he only had level 1 coil until just now, so he opted to finish up the phase shift, then maxing coil, getting the level 2 coil at 11.
Yeah, I think he needs that that escape more than he really needs the aggression of the coil, because you're not going to want to fight aggressively until you have the anti-mage for raw damage, because you look at the damage sources in Finem and it's literally just Madara at this point.
And it's not like Dream Coil scales in like the most crazy manner. It's what, 50 more initial damage and 0.75 more stun if they break the coil, and 50 more damage from breaking coil. Your survivability is definitely much more important, like you were mentioning. Maxing phase shift is, I mean, you're pretty unkillable.
Alright, so there's going to be a big old smoke here. Can they get the Ricky? Again, you talked about the gem pickup on FNG, but no one's going to be close enough just yet.
Yeah.
Now, FNG gives away his... Did he lose it?
Who actually? Yeah, no,
He
the
lost it.
Ricky actually.
Oh, Spartan! Goodbye, son. Oh, Lord. That looks like it hurt.
Melted. Who actually has the gem?
Beastmaster.
Oh, so they did end up taking it. So the Ricky did pick it up in time.
Yeah, remember when Madara kind of threw himself at that tier 2 tower
Yeah,
up top?
I thought they actually didn't pick it up in time because of like, the way he died, and it was just like it was kind of weird looking. But no, okay, so good. They did take up the gem, and that's really important. VP now sees his opportunity. Go for that Roshan. They have the medallion as well as the Terrorblade, obviously.
Puck gonna get played with here. Already used the illusion orb to get vision here. Doesn't have that escape mechanism. Vengeful
Wait, what?
Spirit with the swap, plopping him down. Puck used the illusion orb to get vision of the pit, and then just kind of.
He had phase shift up too. He just didn't use
I think
it.
he was dead either way. Just may as well sit there and accept your fate. Now, in the meantime, Finem are actually putting out a lot of pressure here. They go through, they get the pick on the tree and protector. Madara chunking through this tower. Somehow they might end up doing a Bat Rider looking for something here, but doesn't have the lasso, or doesn't at least want to commit the lasso. There's going to be a blink away from Madara. He's going to get away scot-free, no fear. Already committed the swap in that fight near the pit. So, in the end, it's an Aegis, but Anti-Mage breaks high ground.
Yeah, not too bad for Finem there. I don't know. Like Thug did have phase shift, and he had blink coming up too. So I don't know. That was a really weird play by him. A bit of a mistake, but not the biggest deal. They do lose him, and they lose the Roshan, but they do get that tier 3 as you mentioned. And the heroes that need money are getting money on the side of Finem. Even the even the Elder Titan is getting close to his Yule Scepter, which will really help a lot.
Yeah, that lockdown is super crucial. Just holding someone in place, getting them out of the fight for the time being so you can focus one target after the other. And speaking of targets here, it looks like they may be going in after the Ricky. If they can find him, he walks right past the Terrorblade, keeping up good vision for his team. We'll see if another gem's going to get picked up eventually, or if they're just going to have to focus on Dust and Sentries. Because for now, they're literally flying blind. They've got nothing.
Yeah, they've got about 1 more minute left until they can purchase another gem, but FNG's quite poor, actually. He's 2,000 net worth total right now. And Venge, maybe the Venge will buy it. He does have 1,000 gold. We'll see what they decide to go for. I think picking up another gem is not a bad idea at all.
So we talked about the anti-mage needing to stay an item ahead. He's going to be flying out some goodies here. It will be the Basher. So looking for that Abyssal. Is the Abyssal the go point here from anti-mage? Is that going to be like, all right, I got the lockdown, let's charge in? Or do they still sit back and tick out the timer and wait for Terrorblade to kind of do his own thing?
Definitely wait for the Aegis to tick out, but you got to be feeling pretty decent as this anti-mage right now. You just look at the hero levels, and anti-mage is level 19, while the Terrorblade is only level 16. So you know you're starting to get your momentum built up. But yeah, the Abyssal Blade might be a decent timing. I'm waiting to see what Terrorblade picks up, and he does actually go for that full Ice Scotty as expected. Abyssal will help a lot. If he's able to if he sticks on the Terrorblade, he can burst him like, instantly. Like, that's the one beautiful thing. It's just, Terrorblade does still have a full 10-second BKB, so he shouldn't be too susceptible to getting caught out by Ad Finem.
You know, I'm not really sure what this whole prediction thing is. Like most Observer Wards placed, if you're with any sort of decent teams, they're going to place down every available Observer Ward. So, not quite sure that prediction's going to be super upsetting or super interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, which team did not buy OBS and let it get four-stocked?
Yeah, like which team completely forgot about vision entirely, and that is not going to be the case for most teams with general map awareness.
Been very focused on keeping this vision up, though, in the enemy jungle and on the enemy side of the map. Maybe MNT, maybe next time, has been doing a really good job on this Ricky Morrow. Oh, he's going to get the courier snipe here? He's going for it.
One hit,
oh, he's
two
so
hit.
weak.
No, yeah, he hits like a noodle.
But yeah, he gets a nice aggressive ward in the Dire base, actually, so maybe in a couple minutes we'll see that one actually do something.
That is just all the way up in there. That ward is like, all right, guys, I am so far alone. Nothing radiant is within like 1,000 meters. Oh, did you?
Just you
me.
timed out. Nothing's happening, don't worry, not missing out on anything.
Y'all get to see that I lost my Keeper the Light last match. It was not great. I tried to kind of carry Coddle and it did not work out.
Yeah, that's...
Well, because my team was dumb, so whatever. All right, hopping back in.
That happens, though.
Yeah, it was like, all right, it's on me, guys. Let's get Ag Scotty. Let's do it. Anyway, let's...
Disastrous.
Yeah, don't let me play with you. I'm not actually that good of a Coddle. Anyway, Anti-Mage now sitting, getting very, very close to the money he needs for that Abyssal Blade. Now, does he save for buyback, or does he just full YOLO at this point? Because it is only 32 minutes in.
He can just full go for it. I feel he's... The only deaths he's had were like the mistakes in the early game, so now he feels like he should be well protected.
Elder Titan going for something there, but that will be the Timber Chain out. G is very, very hard to lock down. He's slippery. He's got the blink. He only has 10 Bloodstone charges, so not going to be the most regen hero in the world. Now, not able to break that TP, as there will be a very scared Elder Titan walking back through.
Almost gets bursted.
Yeah, I mean, he got very, very low there. Like, one more second in the chakram, he would have been a gonzo, but that's... For now, nothing. And now VP revealed that they are all, at least most of them, grouped up here in this Radiant jungle, and that gives license to push up top. Now, maybe next time, the kill participation's not huge from this Ricky, but he's been wandering around basically a mobile ward for the entire game, and
yeah.
I think he's a long way off from transitioning to that semi-carry build, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's gonna be fine. Now, we'll smoke up. They're looking for something, or at least the eyes in the forest, or Nature's guys. One of them Treant spells are up. So walking around, he does still have that gem, looking for something here, and they're going to be going through, keeping the ward game up once again.
So he did buy the second gems. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, MNT, like when you look at those type of things, it's like, okay, he's 0-2 and 6. Wow, noob feeding. No, he's actually done a really good job of giving his team a lot of information on the map, and he's doing what he needs to do. Like, score never really reflects what Ricky Morrow or Bounty Hunters do and have as an effect on the actual story of the game.
So Puck now, with that ultimate orb, do we see a Lincoln's or do we see something a little more aggressive? I mean, I don't think Manta Puck is really a thing.
I hope it's a Hex.
Oh, I would like a Hex here, but you know, what does the Lincoln's really block anyway? It's Lasso could save your life a couple of times. Magic Missile could be pretty good. Oh, gee! He thinks this is a solo pick, but he is wrong, and that's going to be, oh, swap out into the Elder Titan ultimate. On the back left, we have a roar. Oh, man, that is just, I don't know if that was coincidental or not. He goes for the suicide. He's going out on his own terms. 4 staff down from the bat. They're looking for more heroes. Now they bring in the Terrorblade. Aloha Dance in that Metamorphosis form will go through. We'll kill off a Necro, but it's going to be...
Ult's expended. Don't fight.
Don't fight. Back out, man. Spartan looking for that slow, or looking for that stomp rather to just buy himself some time. Will be TPing out. Nothing to catch him on the backlines. Ricky will be not revealed by the Batrider as he's not holding the gem. And over here, Madara just cutting the wave, so add Finem getting a lot done there. They get the Timber Saw.
Goes for Lincoln's.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, blocking as a single target's great. It's more of a survivability item, so they are looking to take this quite late.
Yeah, he's looking to probably just like protect his anti-mage as best as possible too, just throwing Lincolns on him. Then he's actually going to be pretty tough to bring down. They don't, like we were talking about, they don't really have the most crazy amount of lockdown on the side of VP. The overgrowth is quite negligible when you have Manta Style on the anti-mage, and Vengeful Stun is as well quite negligible. And MNT also gets another base ward. I mean, this was a couple minutes ago, but he did get another one there. And G was lucky there to get the suicide off again, because that would have been a big net gain for the anti-mage.
Yeah, but now his Bloodstone's at 6 charges and on cooldown for like 4 minutes. The Timbersaw is at a very weak point. If they can punish him one more time in this window before he has that suicide up again, I think they can definitely shut him down and make him a non-issue for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and it's really good to attribute to Ad Finem, because like I was mentioning in the drafting stuff, they didn't really have like crazy team fight in a manner. They kind of just, especially because they went for this anti-mage, they had to go for these small type of engagements and make sure to split VP up and to watch out that they don't get picked off. And they've done a really good job of that, of just making sure that they can start building their momentum slowly and progressing toward this late game.
Alright, so smoke up. They want to find something here. They will scout out the Beastmaster, blink in. Looks like they do bump right into him. They bring in the Treant Protector as well. He's going to go TP out. Do they cancel it? They will pop out the Overgrowth. A couple of ults committed for that, but it is going to be worth it in the end. He drops the gem. It looks like it will be picked up by the Batrider.
Yep, that's a big kill, getting that gem.
Mid lane, we are going to have Aloha Dance walk right into the Ricky's vision. They know he's mid. They know he's going to be trying to fight the anti-mage, but the anti-mage will back off. Again, he is not on a timer. The later this goes, the more it does favor the anti-mage. The problem is if Ad Finem drop a big fight, VP can very easily push into objectives off the back of that.
So I guess I'm just dumb, and I didn't know that Reflection worked on all illusions, because it just worked on AM's Manta Style as well. So I apologize for last game thinking that it did not work on that, and when I saw the Phantasm illusions, I was very confused, but I guess it just works on everything, so alright.
You know, Terrorblade back in the meta here. We got a little bit of time to get acquainted to his mechanics now. Spartan will get dragged down, so like we talked about, just going for that punish. Oh, alright, gee, this looks to be the turn. They get the veil off of him, they get the silence here. Oh my god.
1700 damage.
Oh, Madara, please have mercy. Good lord.
Yep, nice little abyssal timing there, grabbing him as he's timber chaining out. And that's definitely a bigger opportunity kill than an Elder Titan right there. How much does Anti-Mage get for that? 1,000 gold swing, so 751 for the AM. He's got his bots finished up. He's getting close to that 6-slotted AM. And Terrorblade is as well. He's actually pretty much 6-slotted once he picks up his next item. And then, of course, you know, the Moon Shard. And if they decide to start swapping items out. And he still has a 10-second BKB. So he has not used it at all.
I feel like he could have used it. I mean, there hasn't been an opportunity for him to like take this big fight where a BKB is totally life-saving, but
there hasn't even like, I was actually like trying to get to that point. I forgot where I was going with my whole like segment, but Ad Finem's done a good job of not having a full-blown team fight. There has not been a 5v5 engagement in this entire game. It's always like 3 versus 4 or 4 versus 4 or 5 versus 3.
So we see how intent both of these teams are to just to push this later and later. Puck and Treant Protector just walking past each other. Puck blinks away, Treant invises away and walks into the trees. You know, it's like both of these teams are holding out for ultra late game, but there can only be one winner. Whose ultra late game is the best?
Not too sure, honestly, because the way Elder Titan scales is, it's hard to really gauge just because of how good natural order is versus agility heroes especially, so Terrorblade can get quite limited from that. And the one thing that I guess kind of hurts VP is that the Terrorblade is already starting to sell items. So he sold his Dragonlance to pick up the Butterfly, and now he's got a full item slot. While Anti-Mage has not sold an item yet.
Got Roshan up.
Yeah, okay, so he sold his Treads. So he's picking up the Butterfly as well for the Anti-Mage. So Butterfly timing's quite even, but Anti-Mage starting to finally pull ahead of the Terrorblade. And we could be seeing the The Elder Titan aura actually could be the big difference maker in this entire game, but it's really going to come down to how the initiations and counter initiations happen, especially because Beastmaster also picks up a refresher now.
At Finem, they've got a lot of team fight sustain, and again, all you have to do is bring the Elder Titan into the fight, and that natural order will do so much work. But Aloha Dance is going to have 2 lives coming up here, and well, Cheese will be picked up as well. That's going to be very important. But they are going to have to go back to defend their base. Anti-Mage looking for that Rax trade, but against backdoor protection, might not be the time to take that. He's actually blinking in aggressively here. Madara, your blink's on cooldown. Oh no, get dragging through the fire. He's got that blink away, so he looks like he can escape for now. The Overgrowth holding both Thug and Madara in place. Thug does have that Dream Coil. And we got a little lag spike here, courtesy of the Beyond the Summit Studios, and that's going to be a kill. Anti-Mage going through, turning things onto Batrider. Yoku, he's out of the fight here. He does have buyback if needed, but there's going to be FNG popping out that Dream Coil.
This is such a good play by Finem right now. They are just literally keeping the Terrorblade at bay, and they're pretty much killing him with these 3 heroes. He doesn't have Sundrop, he has BKB, he's able to lock down Skylark. Spartan gonna go down as well. A little bit too aggressive there from Finem, but they're keeping Aloha Dance at bay. They're keeping him inside of the Roshan pit while Finem gets a Rax.
Yeah, this is 2 completely separate fights up here. Resources split, and they're forcing VP to decide what's more important. Winning a fight, getting a couple kills, or defending the Rax. And in the end, they kind of go for both. And it will result in at least one half of the Rax going down. And G getting a run for his money here, down to 5 Bloodstone charges.
That's hugely huge for Finem, honestly. Like, they take out the Rax, they force the Aegis out. They did have to expend double Roar, but they get a Rax. Rax for Aegis, you are pretty happy with taking that almost any time, as long as it's not super late in the game. So now they do get some momentum now pushing out in that top wave, and they're going to be able to take fights in the other 2 lanes.
All right, Puck sitting on like 4K gold on top of that Lincoln's. What are we looking at next here? Hex?
Hex, or, I mean, he could even go Shivas, honestly. But I would prefer the Hex, and he does pick up the ulti orb, so I hope.
It could be either still, but yeah.
It should be the Scotty, yeah. I mean, it should be the Hex here. Not
Scotty Puck, man, new meta.
Scotty, yeah. I was like saying to myself, if he picks up Scotty, I'm gonna die. So.
I'll hold you to that. I mean, I don't think we're gonna see it, but
no, he better not. No, it's definitely a Hex. They need it. The Terrorblade still has high charges on his BKB, but he is identifying. He did see the butterfly coming up from Madara soon. He's going for that MKB already on Terrorblade, so he's gonna be that match force versus AM, and they've had the solo first a bit.
That's ambitious. You got your whole backdoor protection. Looks like everyone on VP's off the map, off of vision, so gotta be a little bit careful. Madara may go a little too YOLO one of these days, and if he gets punished a couple of times in a row, then VP are right back in this.
Yeah, the game's still extremely even. Like, you can even tell it's been back and forth constantly throughout the game. VP maybe had a little bit of a lead at one point, but now it's pretty much evened out. Finem just has that one like Rax advantage, but at the same time VP, you could say, kind of has that dire advantage of just being able to get the Roshan so easily.
All right, going in, Treant Protector. We got that old point booster. We're gonna see an Axe.
Yeah, we might actually see an Axe now.
Octarine Tree could
I'm eating my words.
Yeah. I think we're going to see an Ags off of Treant Protector, but it's going to take him a while. His total accumulated net worth at 45 minutes in is 3K, and an Ags is going to be a lot. It's going to take him a while. That means he does have to be a farm priority, meaning maybe Terrorblade has to split up from the rest of his team, and that's going to be a little bit spooky.
So I guess the 3,000 doesn't count the gem that he bought, and that counts towards the Batrider's net worth, because he definitely has more than 3,000 just between those 3 items. Arcane Boots, Point Booster, and Gem is more than 3,000.
Okay.
But he did buy, I think, 2 gems for his team so far, so his net worth is probably more so like 4,000.
Oh, this could be huge here. They're going to go in. They look at the roar onto Yoku. Swap back. No fear. Saving lives. FNG going in. Nice overgrowth. Stun up from Elder Titan. They're going to scream again. Refresher popped out, but it looks like Beastmaster will still end up falling. No fear with his last breath going in. He pops out the heal. He may end up living on the backlands. Yoku will go through. Get that drag here on the... Oh, my God. It's just bloody destruction here. The Ricky will fall along with the Beastmaster. They trade for the Treant Protector. Right now, we are going to have Vengeful Spirit, who got down to, I want to say, sub 10 HP. Running back to her base.
Yeah,
none of the big cores fallen down.
He barely survived there. Finem expended all of their ultimates, even the Refresher on the Beastmaster to get the double roar off. Terrorblade now finishing up the MKB. And yeah, their VP's team fight is actually just too good when Terrorblade pops BKB. he's unkillable. Basically, he didn't even have to use it in that fight, and they're able to just get the advantage on finding and taking the proper fights with the invis tree, and then of course with the lasso coming over on top.
All right, so it's still very, very close. Obviously, the kill score favoring VP. Net worth, XP, slightly so, but not enough of a margin to where you feel safe if you're VP just taking this late. Because again, Madara on his anti-mage, what a freaking player. We talked about late game. It's all going to come down to these big 5-on-5 fights and then what you can make on the back of that. And even though Terrorblade's known as that amazing split pusher, anti-mage not too shabby himself. He's gone through and just tried to put some slight harass onto these lanes. He's always doing something here. Madara always making space for himself.
Yeah, if Spartan's able to land big Echo Stomps and a big Earth Splitter, that could be the big turning point for the fights. But as long as ET lives long throughout the fights as well, it's super beneficial to them. And Aloha in a very aggressive position.
You don't have vision of what's going on here, and it looks like they could end up getting punished, but no. TP out. I mean, I think that's so cocky from the Terrorblade that Radiant got freaked out.
Yeah, they were like, what the hell is he doing? But yeah, Aloha, that's kind of the player he is. He's very ballsy from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully he's not punished for that. If Terrorblade had gone down there, that would have been really, really yucky. He doesn't have that Aegis anymore. He's sitting on the MKB replacing that slot.
Yeah, and he's 6-slotted now, so Moonshard should be eaten soon. Second upgraded Boots of Travel as well, while Madara still has a little bit of a ways away before he does get to that point. He has a Vlad's, where she can sell, and then, of course, eating up that Moonshard eventually. And then maybe even eventually after that, selling the Boots of Travel and getting an actual 6th item. We haven't seen people doing that more and more lately, especially if you're a hero that's mobile, like Anti-Mage, but maybe not the best decision versus Terrorblade, who has Bots, Manta, and Butterfly as well. He's going to be pretty speedy.
So we're 46 minutes in. Both of these cores getting really, really big.
Full heart.
Think we're going to see maybe any rapiers? Like, I want to know if I should get excited or not.
Rapiers, don't know if they have the slots for that, unfortunately. They pretty much need all the items that they have. So, if anything, maybe the AM does, but it's extremely unlikely.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, both teams are going to have to go full YOLO in these fights. There's buyback, sure, and that's going to be fine for defending high ground, but what you have to do is just get enough heroes down to where you can even go for that push, because right now, both teams playing scared, and both teams would rather just stop, drop, and push this late.
Yeah, just going to be down to execution at this point. Even the one good thing is, though, that the two big cores on VP are heavily out farming the other 2 cores on the side of Finem. But they do have the items that they need.
Ricky?
He should die here. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, though.
Ricky? Okay. I mean, if he had lived there, I would have been very, very concerned for Virtus.Pro's kill potential.
He's like, guys, push the lanes in. Everyone's on top of me.
I'm making space! As he, like, kamikazes toward the fountain.
Yeah. But yeah, the Beastmaster and the Puck pretty much have the items that they need. Puck's going to have his Hex soon, which is going to be very big for Finem, but yeah, they have the items they need on the heroes that they want right now. They just... It's all about landing it's all about landing huge spells in the team fights, because now Earth Splitter level 16 on Elder Titan, it's always 50% of their max HP as damage. And with the Veil on top, it's pretty devastating. So if he's able to land a multi-hero Earth Splitter, that could be the things that turn the fight, as I was mentioning before.
So Puck will go for that Hex. Is going to have that control up, and
nice.
I like that a lot. I think if you're Puck, who's your priority Hex target? If you get to choose. If it was all 5 heroes lined up in front of you.
The Batrider, if he's in a disadvantageous position, you just grab him and burst him down.
Oh, the scan! Oh, Madara! He could get caught out here. They get the lasso. He's all alone. The rest of his team coming in, but will it be in time? There's going to be the Overgrowths coming in. Everyone dragging him down. He's dead. 100 seconds. He has buyback. The stop coming out connects onto 4. This could be a huge follow-up, but Finem, they back up. They don't want to commit anything without their main damage source.
Big kill.
Huge kill right there. That one kill, almost 3k XP in favor of Virtus.Pro.
Yep. Gives them time now to push their lanes out and acquire buybacks on all their heroes. So now Terrorblade should be 7 slotted with the Moonshard eaten soon, and as well he will have enough money for a buyback. But it looks like they're going to seize the opportunity before even going for any items, which is what they should be doing. Force the buyback from the anti-mage, hit that tier 3.
Honestly, I think Finem can afford to give up this lane of Rex without giving up the buyback on anti-mage, because if anti-mage buys back and then dies in the next fight, absolutely GG.
Thug is doing the right thing though, he's cutting the creep wave.
And making space there, he's forcing back a bunch of rotations. Will they get the drag though? Yogi goes through, they do end up popping out that Lincoln's and will get the kill on the puck. So a big kill. Meanwhile, we do have Ricky making some more space. It's Finem just trying to continually distract. Oh, bye Ricky. Oh,
the distractions are great though. They just basically forced VP to run around going for these kills rather than going for a high ground Rax. Thug maybe a little bit too aggressive getting killed out, but still you can't blame him for that. He has Lincolns, he kind of probably expected that he would survive, and he was doing the right thing. He was pushing out, he was cutting the creep wave so that the backdoor protection would stay on for their tower, and it did. They took 0 damage on their high ground.
So net worth staying very close, but XP is starting to run away. We look at levels. You've still got a lot of the supports, both supports on the Radiant, sitting quite low in terms of levels compared to Vengeful Spirit's 18, which is phenomenal. But Ricky still doesn't have that level 3 ult. He's using that as kind of his bailout tool, so it doesn't really matter that the damage isn't peaked out, but you gotta give him those stats for just leveling up.
Yeah, and you're usually actually able to see Ricky's have more of an impact on the game, but I feel like that's just attributing to the way that VP picked and the way they laned. He wasn't able to do a crazy amount in the laning phase, and now at this point he's not really much in the fights. Of course, like, he's a support Ricky, so he doesn't do damage. He's just a walking smokescreen, which in the fights versus VP isn't really that significant.
God, Aloha Dance just tearing apart these towers. And yeah, Rickies are picked up as opposed to bounty hunters.
Oh no, Spartan.
So you got no natural order for the next fight. They will bring in the Timber side with the Boot that Travels. This could be huge. They're fighting underneath the smoke screen. They don't even care. They're going to be bringing in the heroes. They want to get something done. The buyback from the Titan is there. They are going to go through the swap from No Fear. There's going to be a roar, but nice turn with the Overgrowth. Oh, Elder Titan may be able to get the kill on the bench. Can they go for Aloha Dance? He's hexed up. They have a secondary roar, but Skylark gets plopped down. He doesn't go through with the second roar. Refresher used. No secondary ultimate. Now maybe next time sitting back, but in the meantime, we've got a chase coming out. There will be a blink away. Looks like Madara trying to make the space here. Aloha Dance rotating back to take care of that. Over here, we are going to have a push coming up from Finem. What a messy fight, but I do love, again, Madara using the fact that this map is in his control to force fights back, to bring back Aloha Dance, so it's not detrimental. The biggest loss there was the buyback from the Beastmaster, trying to get something done.
Yeah, 2 buybacks, the Elder Titan and the Beastmaster having to buy back. Skylark didn't get the second roar off, unfortunately, on the Terrorblade, but it wouldn't have killed him by any means. It would have just delayed him getting back, and then Madara maybe would have been able to get the tower. But yeah, very good awareness and presence of mind there from Madara, just understanding that they need to do this as like a split push type of thing. Take trades in the best manner possible.
Alright, now Roshan will be up. This is the 4th row, scouted out by the Radiant first, so Dire don't yet have eyes on this. If Radiant can go through and deny this Aegis to Virtus.Pro, they do have a shot at breaking high ground. The problem is, like, who's your real holder here? Like, maybe you give it to the Titan at this point, because Anti-Mage, he can't really drop anything for this.
Yeah, probably Aegis to the Beastmaster and Cheese to the Elder Titan, or vice versa. And they actually are going to go for a fight instead. They don't even want this. They just... It's the same thing. If they get a big Earth Splitter off, it can change the entire tides of the game.
I think the thing is, Finem don't want the Roche, but they know Virtus.Pro want the Roche. So
yeah,
kind of baiting around, waiting near the pit, waiting for the fight to come to them.
Ping, 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 ping.
Hey, this is such a tense moment here. One full 5-man wipe can definitely turn the tides.
Got the wraparound. The Vengeful's in the front line, though.
The scan reveals something going down. They go through. No Fear blown up. That's no bailout. No swap to move back in, but the Overgrowth is huge. They're going to get the drag here onto Spartan. Aloha Dance goes in. He will get the kill onto the Ricky. And I mean, and it's not a huge kill, but Thug also now with no bailout system. They're going to be going in. Madara, he's looking for more, but Aloha Dance is just too big. Nice Dream Coil. 4 men caught in that, and now... Oh, they want this. They really, really need to get more picks out of this. It's only the supports for now. So it's not the worst fight in either direction, but again, what seemed to be a 5-man engage just stalled out once more.
Yeah, it's just they are catching out the Venge, and he's fine with that. He's like, all right, well, you just blew Roar on a Venge. I'm okay with dying. I apply Vengeance Aura to your whole team when I die, so your damage is reduced even more. I have a Solar Crest, so it takes me quite a while to die. Looks like Madara's actually going to go for Yoku here. They gets
Oh,
the
the
Abyssal on him.
Abyssal! Flopping him down. They could go into G as well, but Madara will back off. Again, playing safe. Get in, get what you want, get back, and now he is going to go into the Roche pit. Could blink up onto the high ground. In fact, looking for the wraparound. I think he may have bitten off more than he can chew, though, as Aloha Dance will go and just scout him out.
Yep. And also on the last engagement, Yoku did a really good job of... I mean, it's not like he had like the hardest setup for it because FNG got a really nice route, but he found where the Elder Titan was right away, grabs him, lassos him, pulls him into the middle of the engagement, and that's what you need to do. If you take out the Elder Titan in the beginning of these fights, there's no natural order. There's no obnoxious Echo Stomp constantly coming around, and it's hugely beneficial to VP if the Elder Titan dies, because as we saw in our last series, especially, how much work an Elder Titan who gets ignored in fights can really do.
All right, so it looks like Puck is going to pick up the Aegis.
And who picked up Cheese? Beastmaster, yeah, he doesn't have buyback still.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the Cheese on one of the heroes, but I would have rather seen the Cheese Aegis go to the Beastmaster Elder Titan. I think just having Elder Titan in the fight is going to mean a whole lot in terms of that natural order. If Puck, pops the Dream Coil, pops out the Hex, and then dies and respawns, what else do they offer to the fight?
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't at the Roche pit to pick up the Aegis, so Puck picking up the Aegis is understandable. And also, I even think Beastmaster picking up the Cheese can be understandable because he has to kind of get in the midst of the fray to get his roars off. Meanwhile, Elder Titan can he can literally sit 3,000 distance away from the fight and then kind of walk up and just throw some spirits. So I can understand why they did that, especially also because Spartan wasn't there yet, so.
Alright, so Madara, he's sitting there with like 7,500 gold. He's got 5,500 on top of buyback. He's 6-slotted like you mentioned. Like, what do you do if you're this fat? He already ate the Moon Shard. He doesn't have any more slots, and he's got to do something for his team, because the later this goes, he's going to start falling off. I mean, you rarely say that about an anti-mage, but it seems like Terrorblade has a little more room to grow.
Well, they're both pretty maxed.
I mean, the BKB at 7 charges, so if he wants to take that down and buy up another item, he could go for that.
Yeah, that's very true. There is a good amount of lockdown for him, and the mana burn can be quite devastating, so. But yeah, VP still has a good amount of items that they can scale on the supports. Like you were mentioning, the Ag's tree is going to be coming out within 1,000 gold. Bat Rider should be picking up either a Hex or a Lincoln's, probably the Hex, for himself soon, while Vengeful is pretty much peaked out. But at Finem also, they can still get a lot of items, but their items don't really do too much after the point that they've hit. Like Anti-Mage picks up a BKB just because he's got the money for it. He'll probably just like swap it in if he sees the opportunity to use it. And yeah, at Finem, who really benefits from a huge item? I can't even really think of anything. Maybe even an Ag's Elder Titan could be one of the big things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The disarm.
That would be kind of cool, but that's not going to happen. Ricky's items, there's no way he's going to get anything else. And nothing else on Puck really scales too well. Maybe, sure, I guess like a refresher last item for the double coil, double hex. But he doesn't have the slots for that currently with the Aegis in hand.
So a very, very passive late game here. We're 60 minutes in, and no one wants to take the fights. What's going to be the turning point here? Is it the next Roche? Is it VP just growing some grapes and trying to siege high ground? Like, where's the fight going to break out? Because it seems like this could go on indefinitely. No team running into the other.
It's really just whoever runs into each other first. It's who can really tell where it's going to be. Oh, he actually gets the roar off on Yoku before BKB.
Swap out, though. They're bringing enough heroes, though. Spartan, he's silenced up. Okay, they're going to be flying in. Aloha Dance, though. He's BKB'd up. He's in the Metamorphosis form. Nice Elder Titan play. It looks like they will get
They've got the roar on the TB.
Oh, God, they're going in. More and more damage. Beastmaster eats the cheese. He's going to be alive. So these two big cores are still alive on VP. Madara, he's still up. He's still rotating in. He still wants to fight. Aloha Dance running right into them. They'll blink away. Can they get this done on the backlands? Vengeful Spirit will end up falling. Currently, at Finem have lost nothing.
Huge
Madara
fight for them.
Back up to full health again with that heart. He's going in. He wants to go deep here. Just go in. There will be a Hex, though. Madara may have driven too deep. And Spartan, he wants to look for this done. Will get picked off, though. Again, natural order now off the market. Aloha Dance is godlike taking out Madara. That could be it. Puck.
Really aggressive too. Like,
why blink up to the high ground?
not even just like the blinking on the high ground. I can understand that he wants to get the bash on the Tower Blade, but his teammates, I guess, weren't communicating too well with him either. They had force stabs, but they force stabbed aggressively to try to catch up to him, so they couldn't force him out after he was hexed up. So he gets bursted down. They do force a buyback from the Bat Rider, but they don't. The fight was going so well for them. They got 3 kills, and they were getting like aggressive wards down and everything, and then just a small overextension causes that to halt immediately.
Man, this is it's looking good for Virtus.Pro now. We saw again coming down to those big fights, but it's
Back and forth.
way down below 10,000 again.
Yeah, the one good thing that happens for Finem there is, like I was mentioning, the Batrider buyback is pretty big, so 6 minutes, he doesn't have another buyback, while the side of Finem all have buybacks. And they're gonna be able to stall out the push pretty heavily. Elder Titan's gonna be respawning in a second. And they have axes as well as just some obnoxious like smoke screen, as well as Puck should be respawning within like 30 seconds with the anti-mage, so don't know if they're gonna be able to gain anything out of this. And Puck is actually opting to go for a Dagon 5 rather than the Refresher or any other like Shiva combo. And it actually is a Puck buyback forced out.
I mean, they just want to tick down for anti-mage. It's like 5 seconds left on his buyback. They don't want to commit that because again, it is so huge. Now they are going to go through the tower. Actually, not falling that quickly. Backdoor protection is going to be their best friend. The stomp lands onto 3. They're going to look for more. Oh,
Swap on Spartan.
Spartan, he cannot afford to go down here, but no fear will pay the ultimate price.
Three-man
Dream coil. They're looking for more. Can they get anything more done off the back of this? As it looks like Madara, he's back in. Nice roar. Aloha dance caught out. Madara eating away at him. They go for the Dagon 5. Looks like they will get the pick onto the Terror Blade. Immediate buyback. He's looking to come back into the fight. Yoku. The BKB ends. Oh, nice overgrowth. Tramp Protector putting in the hours. Madara now is going to get low. Spartan will fall. Immediate buyback from everyone. These buybacks are absurd. Going to be going back on through as AM has to go back to the base.
They see the TB though. Oh, Thug didn't want to chase that out. I thought they may have actually been able to with the bots. But
4 buybacks committed. I mean, no one really coming out huge in terms of that gold swing, but XP favoring both teams. Again, any action is going to be putting these teams farther and farther, you know, in. It's 61 minutes in, and currently we only have like this one piddly Rax taken. There's really not much accomplished so far.
yeah, the fights are pretty crazy now with like all the items that are coming out. It's little small mistakes that are going to cost them in these fights. And it's, yeah, like you were saying, they expended a crazy amount of buybacks. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buybacks from everybody on both teams, basically. The 2 supports on VP did not buy back, and the Batrider had bought back previously. But
And Finem, they commit a lot for that. Looking at the buyback chart, it's only the Anti-Mage and the Timbersaw that have it. Obviously, Madara, super, super important that he has that. Timbersaw, less so. I mean, he's got the Bloodstone. His respawn's not the longest in the world anyway, but it's helpful. Everyone else, though, they die once, and this could be GG.
yeah.
So Madara sitting up here on the cliff. Now VP in a very defensive position. They know that Anti-Mage is going to want to push off the back of this, going to want to exert some dominance. They know that he does, or at least they believe he has buyback unless he bought out, because he didn't have to buy back in that last fight.
Yeah, and he actually replaced the boots of travel, like I was mentioning, with the BKB. He's got the boots up on the courier on the side, but he is getting locked down a bit from the hex on the Timbersaw, and it's actually proving to be quite troublesome for him.
So Terrorblade now sitting with that Refresher Orb in his stash. I mean, he's sitting on 8,000 gold on top of that. He is filthy rich, and it's not like it's an alchemist where you can go through and help the rest of your team. It's just him versus the world at this point.
Yeah, there's nothing that he can really buy. I mean, he's got everything he needs. He just has to buy wards for his teammates. That's pretty.
All right, so Madara sitting there, and he's got almost 9,000 gold as well. Again, 7,000 on top of buyback, so he could pick himself up some. You fill in the blank. Like, does he sell Butterfly and go for another huge item? Like, what else can you go for? Sell Butterfly, go Rapier, and just kind of all in this? I'm not quite sure what happens here.
Maybe eventually, like selling the Butterfly is probably his best bet to get something. Rapier maybe.
Tree Ag, 65 minutes in.
He did get it. I was wrong. You were right.
But it's on top of brown boots. Like, it's like, I got this one thing, team. Look.
See, guys, I did it. I mean, those eyes will start to be very powerful. I mean, the AoE on them is 800 for the overgrowth and the vision, and vision can be quite enormous.
Well, you do have the gem picked up on the Beastmaster. The problem is you actually need to cut down those trees somehow, and everyone sold their quelling blades.
Stalemate.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Adfenem's like, all right, we pushed out the lanes and we're gonna back off. And now Roshan is gonna be up very, very soon, about 30 seconds on that. And it seems like Adfenem are in a better position to take it, but again, you're gonna put it on your supports, and if Madara goes down, you lose all your damage and you can't continue to take the fight.
Yeah, we said it before this game even started. This is going to be an extremely close matchup. Both teams have been looking quite dominant. At Finem, not having the best of luck, but they were, like we were saying, probably one of the favorites coming into this regional qualifier.
Yeah, net worth looking very much in favor of VP, but look at XP. We are back to 0 as people are starting to top out at 25 now.
You know, that net worth, it does show 12,000 ahead on VP, but that 12,000 is literally all on the Terrorblade in his stash. He's not even spending it, so pretty negligible.
Oh my god.
When you really think about it.
That's actually like 80% of the lead right there is just on Terrorblade's big old bank
And then
account.
technically, if you really want to look at it like that too, Anti-Mage has 11,000 gold on him, so that's probably like a 23,000 if you like.
Yeah, it's. I mean, at this point, you can't really go by the charts because one pick on either of the cores can sway this right back to 0. And
yeah, and now we'll have a pause.
oh, I thought that said G for a second, and I started to get panicked. I'm like, Virtus.Pro, don't tap out yet. I still have faith in you guys, but.
Their cores are scaling quite well, though. Yeah, I mean, the
all right,
70-minute game.
Good luck, man. Have fun.
No fault for him, but yeah, the cores are scaling quite well. The Timber Saw is pulling quite far ahead of the Puck, so they're very strong here, and that's the one big difference that's happening. Puck does have his Dagon 3, getting close to Dagon 5. He's got the items that he needs, so it's really just the Madara show, as you were mentioning.
I mean, I think what you need to do is just have Madara be the one up in front doing the damage. You gotta have Beastmaster there with 2 roars available, and you gotta have Elder Titan just sticking close to get the natural order. Puck and Ricky are non-essentials at this point. Just have them making space elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, Puck's just gonna be annoying, honestly. It's like, oh, gotta stop that Sunder.
Like,
Wait
the
for
Dagon's
BKB.
gonna be like a mosquito bite to some of these cores.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt. So, yeah, just looking it over. Overall item pickups, Vengeful Spirit, like you mentioned, has picked up the Vlad. She's had that for a little bit. Now, she still needs a lot of gold for buyback, and you know, it's not the most crucial hero, but buyback into stun, if you get that stun onto Madara, could actually be game-changing.
Yeah, and the swap is also like massive. If Terrorblade is put in a position where his BKB is down and the Ricky or the Beastmaster and stuff are still up, the lockdown can be crucial on him, and then getting the swap out from the Venge is super important. And also, even the Solar Crest, even the Vlad's, like everything that the Venge applies is very useful. Double damage aura, plus a Solar Crest for the evasion, and Anti-Mage does not have a MKB, so double evasion up on the Terrorblade is quite nice.
Alright, the predictions we have yet to win. Team that places the most observer wards, we're tied, I believe, at 27, or it might be 28, 27, just because those are the amount of wards that have restocked. And player with the highest total magic damage. I think I voted Terrorblade, and he's currently in the lead. No, Timbersaw is currently in the lead. You mentioned Timbersaw can get totally stacked depending on how late this goes, and we are in
Yeah, you messed up. It says total magic or pure damage. That's physical from Terrorblade. Ouch.
Ouch. Well, well, Sunder's not even like a
Sunder's HP removal, so it's not even damage.
Okay, yeah, I screwed up. I thought it said physical or magical. Whoops.
I'm gonna get all mine right at this rate. Woo!
Yeah, you know, it's better than getting all 4 wrong last game.
Yeah, whatever.
But
These
yeah.
predictions are pretty bizarre, but they're a nice little addition, and people
You know what I'm excited
can
for?
enjoy them.
It's gonna be getting close to 70 minutes in, and it looks like the fights are not gonna be taken until at least the Roshan respawns, or at least you get something out of this Aegis. So I think we got another couple of minutes on the map.
Yeah, you also asked, are we gonna see rapiers? It might start becoming a possibility.
Well, yeah, 72 minutes in is when the map starts breaking.
Yeah.
So we could see great balls of fire dropping boulders.
Which are the fun ones? I don't know if any of these heroes even are the fun ones. I know Darkseer's the best.
Darkseer's he just lights on fire.
Darkseer and Spectre. Spectre gets like crows and stuff around him and like lightning shooting through him.
I've seen fun stuff happen to Venge, but that was also like 100 minutes in.
We've got the smoke up from Adfinem. They're pinging right on top of FNG. They know he's there. Stopped just off the mark though.
So again, missed initiation, go back, reset, farm.
Yep, Zagara guys push the lanes in again. Adfinem has very good lane positioning currently though.
Alright, Ricky, I mean, he's still sitting on like 20-minute items. He's now got himself a nice 1,600 gold. Good show, my man. But still a lot of time to go. Madara on high ground. Gonna have to watch him. Oh, they get the drag off! Madara is going to be falling victim here. He's getting very, very low. He does drop. He has the buyback. Elder Titan with the Earth Splitter. Not going to do a whole lot. Getting Timbersaw a little bit low. TP out from the Titan. And that's going to go back, reset. They will go through and TP Puck to the bottom lane to make some space and distract VP. And they're not going to pop the anti-mage buyback right away because, again, they did want to disengage from the fight. So if this comes down to a high ground push, they will have it at the ready. But for now, just maybe seeing if VP are going to let this go for another 80 seconds.
And when you see that happen in that manner, you get very disheartened and very worried for Finem. The fact that anti-mage can just get lassoed and die during that, there's nothing that Finem can do to save him. Like, they can try to jump in and counter-initiate, but if everybody on Finem just or on VP just pops BKBs and bursts him down, it's going to be the same result, especially if he gets hexed up afterwards. That is definitely a big thorn in the side for Finem, and it's definitely extremely worrisome. They if that was me in that situation and I was watching that happen to my anti-mage, I'd be like, oh my god, they can actually burst him instantly throughout that. How the hell are we ever going to break high ground?
Yeah, Timbersaw now sitting with like a lot of money here. Just look at the amount of money on the map. Current gold, Terrorblade and Timbersaw, they are freaking stacked, man. They have raked in the shekels.
12k on Terrorblade, 11,000 on Timbersaw. Anti-mage, oh, he's only got 5,000 now. He bought an MKB. He sold his butterfly, like you were mentioning.
All right, good on him. Now group up here as a Virtus.Pro. Sitting back, again, they do feel very comfortable on the back of that anti-mage pick. They know if they can do that again, they absolutely won, but well, can they go through, can they be the aggressors and not wait for anti-mage to take this up to them? I don't know.
Finem needs to switch something up now after they saw the way that happened with the Bat Rider. They need to be the ones getting the jump off because, I said jump off, it's not funny. They can't allow VP to just grab a hero like that and kill them instantly. There's no way that they can really respond, so they need to be the ones being the aggressors and making that first move in the fights.
Alright, so Elder Titan saving up some money here. We'll have buyback now. Do you think we see the Ags, or does he go for like Ethereal Blade or something like that?
He needs to save for buyback, so I don't even know if we're gonna get to see another item coming out of him, unfortunately. His buyback's what? 1,600 at this point for him, and he's only got 600 surplus after dying. He loses 700 gold from dying, so, or 570 gold from dying, sorry. Maybe if the game progresses on, maybe if he gets a big kill, he'll be able to get something, maybe an Aghanims, maybe a Hex, maybe even if Shiva's, depending on what he opts for. And Madara is just running out of item slots. He doesn't know what to do. Now he picks up an AC instead of his Battle Fury.
So he's going to be pushing out lanes a little bit less effectively. I mean, he's more survivable, but has a little less creep clear.
He has a lot less damage, too. Battle Fury and Butterfly give a good amount of damage to him, while AC and MKB give him okay damage, but he loses some stats for the trade of just straight up broad DPS.
You know what gives you damage?
Rapier.
Rapier.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we see him like buy it for his stash after he uses Abyssal, dies, buys back. He can swap up with a Rapier. I don't know.
He just has the. I love this. They have two couriers. He's got the one courier just following him with his Battle Fury. So now he swaps in the Battle Fury to push out the waves, and then he's gonna swap back in the MKB for the fights. Oh god.
We have reached late game. We are like a minute off from seeing if the map starts breaking. We can see the Radiant Ancient move forward. I've seen that one where the Ancient particle effects occur near the stairs. That's always good. Too bad no Darks here. Again, he's the fun guy.
Yeah, and the trees are starting to become rampant.
Where?
The bottom lane is becoming possessed by FNG.
Dire trees. They're happening. Okay.
Oh, and they see the port in from Skylark. He's got a gem, FNG. Oh, he sees him. Skylark's like, get me out of here.
Oh, they're going to be cutting down everything here.
He actually pops the refresher to blink and bots out.
What a player.
He was going to die, like, or he felt like he was going to die, so that's the nice heads-up play for him. And they know that somebody just bots down bottom. They know the Timbersaw and even the Terrorblade bots bottom, so they have an opportunity.
This is it. Madara getting a window here to go into the racks. They're falling quickly. They want to go through. They will be able to get the last.
Oh, that's what a creep.
He lassoed a creep. That's game losing right now. No fear. Will be picked off. Vengeful Spirit dead for 80. She has buyback. That's a set of racks going the way of Finem finally. I mean, Madara just putting these items on the floor like it's nothing. We're littering here. We got nothing to lose.
I don't think that he would have been able to get the lasso off anyway because the Lincolns was thrown on Madara from Thug, but still, that is a very detrimental play from Yoku. Luckily, he doesn't die from it, but Vengeful ends up dying, and
you could
have
feel
lasso on
Venge's
cooldown.
frustration, like, all right, I guess we'll swap you, I guess we'll save you, but you deserve to die for what you've done.
Yeah.
And now Madara going back up onto the high ground. We'll have to face the wrath of both Chakrams. Now, can G get anything done here? We'll spray out at Shiva's guard. Now, oh, Lincoln's is popped. Madara pops out the Manta. Reflection is there and blink away. So, Ad Finem get what they want, and they realize they don't want to overstay their welcome. They want to get back, and they want to reset.
Yep, and being able to get use the reflection on Anti-Mage means that he gets AC for his team as well because the Anti-Mage has an AC. So, small little boost there, but it's actually a lot wimpier than I thought it was going to be at this point in the game with the reflection onto the Anti-Mage because he doesn't really have many stat items at this point. He only has the Manta. Everything else is just raw damage and raw HP.
All right, so Puck finishing off that Dagon 5, still with 5k gold in the bank. 73 minutes in, let's start looking for the particle effects, man.
Refresh your timber, because why not? You know, let's just put in a
got
stash.
you like 200,000 gold.
Yep. Small windows getting caught though. Dagon 5 now finished for Thug. We might be seeing an item coming out for the Elder Titan relatively soon. Even this Rikimaru is picking up a Blade of Alacrity. He's on his way.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna be that semi-carry man by the end of the game. We are 75 minutes in.
Oh no.
Oh, Ricky, no! FNG going in. They will pop out the Ogre. They're rotating everything for this. Maybe next time. Goodbye.
He bought his defusal though. He's like, guys, I didn't lose gold. I've got an item. And that's actually a huge pickup because it can remove the hexes that go on to the Anti-Mage especially. And then as well, if he gets people under the cloud when their BKBs are down, he can always defuse them and keep them there, silenced for a longer duration, obviously. But the bigger one, I think, at least in my opinion, is him being able to remove
Anti-Mage.
hexes.
He's putting his crap on the ground. He's cut himself. Oh, he's rotating around. Okay. Now mid lane. They're going to be rotating everyone in for this.
Rosh is getting pretty buff. 21,000 health on him now.
Yeah, it's nothing, man. I mean, it's taken a while here, and now it looks like they will back out. They lose vision on where VP are at. This is what Radiant see right now. Now they will be able to see some heroes coming back on through. Courtesy of that stomp, or rather the spirit from the Elder Titan. Yoku, he really wants to find a jump here. If he could get a pick on Madara, it would just make his life.
And he might actually get it.
Madara!
Manta expended. They do have trees all over the place.
They see where he's at. Be careful, man.
Are they going to root him? Oh, you got the root on him!
Now Yoku goes through. They get the drag. If they get the kill, this could be huge again. He does have buyback, but it looks like he's not going to get the opportunity to live.
The X tree!
Ags tree wins games, friends.
Oh, that was so funny. His team's pinging it out for him. I don't even know if FNG realized it first, and then he was like, oh man, would you look at that? Overgrowth catches him out. Good positioning there from Yoku. Great positioning of trees there from FNG. And yeah, a nice little pickoff. They don't really have any objective that they can gain off of that, but still, a kill is a kill, especially on the Anti-Mage.
We've got some battle plans being drawn up from the Titan. That Polygon is apparently their game strat, but I mean, we were talking, hypothesizing at what, like 15 minutes in about what the late game looks like for both these teams. I don't think we expected it to go like 80 minutes.
No, I thought that VP would have actually been able to break the high ground, but versus an Elder Titan, and from the way that Finem have just been positioning themselves and splitting the map up very well, they've done a just good job of prolonging the game to a point where Anti-Mage is
they get the sleep and Aloha Dance. Can they capitalize on this?
They need to stall. They just need to stall till AM's up. He really doesn't want to buy back. They need to just keep throwing the spirit out, pushing out the wave.
They can afford to go for a second lane of Rax, or rather they can afford to lose a Rax here. Aloha Dance will get healed up. He's going to be silenced from the Ricky Cloud, but he's wailing away. Another stomp there. Spartan, again, buying so much time. 20 seconds left. Can they outlive this? Oh, the magic damage from Puck actually.
Oh, that Earth Splitter, though.
Earth Splitter is not going to connect onto anyone.
Bit of miscommunication
Aloha
there.
Dance gets purged off. We'll go through and Thunder G. Who's able to retend very, very quickly. Another stomp. Man, Spartan just tap dancing all over VP. Now there is going to be that shout coming out. Again, buying so much time. Maybe next time going in, there's going to be a Hex on the G. Thug wants to get something off here. Aloha Dance. Oh, the drag. They get this split. They're going to be bringing in another roar. Can they do it? They get him down. He has buyback if needed. There's going to be that tree out. Trying to get through. Can they cancel the TP? Looks like they will. They get the bash. That's going to be Treant down. No buyback for him.
This is such a big opportunity. Huge coil from Thug there, catching both of them. Thug on his way now. He actually has his Octarine when he wants to pick it up as well. Madara was not forced to buy back there. Terrorblade pops his buyback right away. He has 20,000 gold, but now they have that opportunity. They go for the Roshan right away. They have an objective they can take. They can put it up on the Beastmaster and the Riki and the other Titan as well. And like everybody's just starting to get super rich, and it looks like we do see Spartan getting a plate mail, so maybe he's going to be going for either Shiva's or a Lotus Orb, or what else pulls out a plate mail? Shiva's, Lotus Orb, and
AC.
And AC. So maybe we'll see him pick up the AC instead of the Anti-Mage. I guess we'll see and find out what he decides to do. And he actually stacks the cheeses. So he's going to be going for the Lotus Orb on the other Titan. So instead of the Ags, he feels like Lotus Orb is better. Same thing, being able to remove hexes in multiple different ways. Your Anti-Mage is going to be pretty hard to kill with a Linken's and a Lotus Orb on him.
Madara has to be so careful here. He really, really does not want to get picked up again. This could be big. They did buy back on the Terrorblade. So they've got to be very, very cautious about how they go. What?
He just let himself get hit by the reflection illusion. And so they pass him one of the cheeses just for mana, and he gives it back to Spartan.
I mean, you're just basically a nice aging factory there, just letting the cheeses get nice and mature, making sure they give you lots of nice, yummy health.
Yep.
Now, Elder Titan is able to pick up the Lotus Orb, which I think is a great pick. Oh, the Hex here onto Madara. He's going to get dragged back. He does not want to go down here. Can he live? There's a BKB on Aloha Dance. He's going to get roared up. The Earth Splitter coming down. He shrinks down. The BKB's over. Madara dead. He has the buyback. Will they commit? There's going to be that nice overgrowth where everyone forced staffing away. On the backline, Vengeful Spirit gets the kill. Oh, they get the Aegis. And it looks like they may be able to get the kill onto Riki. I don't think he survives through this one. Maybe. No.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time, but there might not be a next time here. We are 80 minutes in, and there's a buyback from the puck. Anti-Mage still holding on to it, maybe holding out hope that they're not going to push off the back of this, but BP, I don't think you get a better window than this. It's 4v5. The Riki, not much of a nuisance in these fights anyway, but you got to at least capitalize on that fact that they don't know that Riki doesn't have buyback.
Yeah, this high ground defense from both teams is getting quite absurd, and the map has not started to break yet. So 80 minutes in, about to happen.
I'm holding out hope. I've seen some stuff happen over here in this bot lane. That's where it usually starts to break, but currently we're holding together. Valve really wants to see this this game conclude without crazy particle effects. So again, just sitting back, looking at overall net worth. It's 10,000 difference, which at this point is like a kill bounty. Like it's so insignificant. It's all going to come down to who dies in these fights, who has buyback in these fights, and obviously in the end, who's able to go through, break the tier 4s, break the throne.
Yep, VP recognizing, you know what, we actually can't gain anything out of this push. Let's fix our lanes, make sure this top lane is handled. We need to get this top lane pushed out as far as physically possible before we even decide to go for anything else. And the trees have eyes. It is spreading.
There's so many trees here, and at Finem, you know, they got to be really cautious about where they're walking. Anytime they're remotely near trees, they've got to just assume that Treant can hit R and lock you in place. So being able to deal with that, the 4-staff usage has been pretty great on Ad Finem. We've seen Spartan bail his team out more than once, just being able to 4-staff away from those overgrowths on the high ground. And now Madara he's feeling good. He will pop that Lotus Orb on him.
Yeah, with Linken's Lotus Orb, we even saw last fight, it hexed the Timber Saw up, but they still were able to get the lasso on him, so they need to maybe get one more Linken's or one more Lotus Orb on somebody else, just so he's actually able to walk uphill and get any damage done, but breaking that high ground of VP is extremely difficult.
We're going to see VP posture up once again. Looks like on the map we're drawing out, going in through the top lane. So all they got to do is break that high ground protection, go in, maybe get a pick on the high ground in the Dire base, and then go for mid-racks. Yep. Now, do you think VP have the lineup to hold against Mega Creeps? Because, I mean, they've got really decent wave clear.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got Aghanim's Timber, they have Terrorblade, even the Batrider doesn't fare too poorly against it, and they're already prepping for that. They're already prepping for the Mega Creep potential. And just for this game in general, just because of how much money they have, the multiple Dominators have been bought. There are 4 Dominators on the Courier for G, and he's going to start dominating creeps up, getting a little army going.
Where are we at? G.
Yeah, it's on the courier.
Okay.
Courier's got literally, yeah, 4 helmet
No,
dominators.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah, so it's beginning. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what they can do is just like buy out couriers every minute and a half and make that little protective ring around the ancient.
Yeah, they actually could. I mean, Towerblade has enough money for. Actually, he could just change up his whole inventory at this point. He's got 20,000 gold with
You
a
know,
refresher in stock.
You've got 6 slots, and that leaves room for 6 rapiers.
So he can't change his whole inventory, is what you're telling me. Okay.
Yeah, I think. You know, honestly, at this point in the game, I'd usually be like chomping at the bit to see the first rapier purchase, but there's just other items that are way more effective. Like that little extra bit of damage doesn't really do diddly squirt, as opposed to having the abyssal for lockdown, as opposed to having the heart for survivability.
Yeah, the items on the cores don't matter too much just because they're so peaked out. The items on the supports do make a big difference, though. The little like Lotus Orb, Lincoln's pickups, if anything. And the way the fights are going to go down, it's really up to whoever has the vision advantage, whoever has more buybacks, because now at this point, all the big players have Boots of Travel or Boots of Travel 2. So let's see if they do end up finding a big pick-off here.
Oh, they're smoked up in the base. This is a cheeky play, but no one's biting. Looks like, oh, they all reveal at once. And they back off.
Yeah, BP looked like they were quite well aware of that.
I mean, at this point, checking the vision of both teams, this is what Radiant see, nothing but themselves. This is what Dire see. They have those trees, again, all around the map, but it's still, Tree and Protector not currently able to leave his base all too much, so his vision may be dropping off a little bit.
Yeah, and G keeps trying to dominate creeps, but he's actually, I think he might be messing up, and he keeps using the same dominator. So he's just dominated one creep over and over, and then he dominates again with the same dominator, and it goes away. So he needs to, if he's gonna do that, he's gotta do it right.
Yeah, it's
You gotta keep track of which dominators which. It's very important. You gotta line them up in a proper row, number them.
I mean, Anti-Mage, they gotta like have some sort of consult going, because he's the master of littering. He's been dropping like 6K items all over the ground.
Yeah,
So
his flying courier alone has like 10,000 plus gold on it. Yeah, 4,000, 4,000, 8,000, 12. Yeah, like 13,000 gold on that courier. Just following him around in circles.
man, I usually like these TI couriers, but this one just looks dumb to me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Have you seen the final form?
Yeah, it looks like a hot mess, is what it
It's
looks like.
Pretty intense.
All right.
Oh,
now
we do have they do get grabbed out by the tree ult.
They're
Boots
looking.
and Travel's coming through. I heard a BKB. Okay, Bat Rider BKB.
Yeah, it was the Bat Rider BKB. He was forced up and he was like, all right, team, go, go, gas pedal. But the Tree and Protector ult can only hold him in place so long. Now, Madara, he's just manning up against this.
I love just seeing it. It's just like ping, 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 ping. Like, they're just like, please, get him. We have lots more games today. This is only a best of one, and we're at 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, these best of ones are brutal because everything's on the line. Usually you'd say like, you know what, just one team concede, on to the next, just reset, don't tilt yourself. But these group stages, they're set up in such a way that I'm not quite sure of the exact standings of these teams, but the person with the most points at the end of group stages goes straight to TI, and that's the goal that literally every team in Dota wants.
Yeah, and at Finem, they had a bit of a struggle yesterday. They have to get these wins. They are currently 2 and 3, so these games are very important for them to make their way segment into the top side of the group. While VP had a very nice day yesterday, 3-1.
I've officially finished the last of my water, so
Or
if I
4-1.
start sounding very, very hoarse, it's because I'm just screaming too much. Now, 85 minutes in, our map isn't breaking yet. Let's click around to the break spots here. It's usually near the stairs.
The waterfall.
Where we at?
There's no waterfalls anymore.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Over here, this is where usually rocks start tumbling. Oh, no. That's just the torch. I thought the space was on fire.
Got excited. Maybe. No, it's
Oh.
fixed.
Fixed. You know what? Volvo came through.
Yep. Fixed, saved,
Oh,
etc.
Tree and Protector here. We got a Void Stone. 86-minute Void Stone. Are we going to see a Yules or what?
Making the way toward the refresher. Terrorblade even picking up some books. Why not?
You know, yeah, that's actually a really
Learning,
good. Everyone just
reading.
have books in their stash. Just send
Yeah.
out the Necro buddies.
Even Vengeful is going to have an Aghanim Scepter soon. Everybody's just bringing in the dough. We have now G actually finally decides, I don't need this Bloodstone anymore. I'm switching it for Dagon 5. I think this pickup's very good. I think this is what you should go for.
Now, they don't have a veil. Wow, is it just me or is that tree like way brighter than it should be?
It's really bright.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
there's like two of them.
I think that's a But
It's because there's two.
oh no, it's
or there's
'cause
three of
there's
them.
like what,
Oh no,
one,
there's five.
2, 3, 4. There's 5 of them. Jesus, Treant, we talked about you getting confined to your base, but please relax. He's probably bored. He just wants to hit D every 20 seconds.
It's pretty.
It's a little bit assaulting on the senses. You know, if you're VP, you can actually see that, and that's gonna be. I mean, it looks like a toxic waste dump. Alright, so
Creeps are starting to give 70 gold per CS. This is when the game has hit that fun ratio, and especially when you click I and you look at the buyback status, or whatever you have as your buyback status.
B for buyback.
B for
Everyone.
buyback.
B for
I have the
buyback.
basics.
G for gold. You know, it's you gotta keep it simple.
Mine's a QWER, whatever the hell they have it set up as in the game.
It's default hotkeys, man. Casual.
But yes, everybody has buyback. Excellent, very fun.
Actually, Ricky screwing up there, buys a recipe for another diffusal blade, so gotta be leveling up.
He'll
So,
have it soon.
You gotta get 1 creep, man, or just wait 30 seconds.
Even Beastmaster picks up a Hex now, so Hex Refresher, he's got four types of disable on the Beastmaster alone with the Refresher Orb and the Hex and his Roar. While FNG is making his way outside the base, putting up some more vision. He gets some nice trees inside of his own jungle. Some more information on the map.
Spartan is gonna be going through, picking up the components for what looks to be a refresher.
Oh, Spartan as well is going to go for Refresher now?
Either that or I don't know how to build items, but
No, that's definitely a
both are
Refresher.
equally possible.
Yeah. Definitely a Refresher. Definitely really good. That's actually such a sick pickup.
Yeah, if he can get it in time though, that's the thing. Like he's gonna have it fairly out, but that does mean he's just gonna be a little bit less. He can't go for a Hex. He can't go for anything else.
That still is.
That's
like
a pick. That's a
a
pick.
pretty. I mean, I don't want to say game-winning item because
At this point, like
everything is,
a
right?
pick off on a Ricky can turn into a game-winning fight. Like very small switches can be monumental. Now, Boots of Travel 2 picked up on Puck, so all it's gonna take is one person to push out. Oh, Matara, what are you doing, son? You're all alone. Get back! Oh God, he's gonna get blasted apart by 5 heroes.
guys, push the lanes in.
Push.
Don't let me buy back.
Avenge me. Get something done. I mean, he made space, but AM isn't the hero you push in and YOLO dive and make space on. I don't know about that.
It's just getting very hard with all the trees on the map as well. They have so much information going for them, so. And Finem trying their best to just keep the lanes pushed in.
Ricky, he picks up a Quelling Blade. He had one and then sold it and picks it up again, so he can go through with the gem and the Quelling Blade and just kind of de-treat, which is really important there, again, just because of the map control it gives VP, not only the vision, but also the ability to put the pause button on Ad Finim's rotations.
Yep. Courier's flying around with like 20,000 net worth. Oh, Aloha refreshes his abilities, refreshes that meta.
We got a horse. We got this horse just doing circles around the ancient pit.
Yeah.
I believe that's one of Madara's buddies. How many did he end up dominating?
I don't even know. I think he maybe got rid of that.
We've got a melee creep just chilling out, having some alone time in the woods.
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even find his dominators anymore. Oh, there's one on the floor over here. I think he sold them, like the majority of them, and only kept one of them.
So for right now, the Roche will go down. This Roche,
Number 5. Number
he's now
6?
got like 2350 health.
I don't even know what that is. Like 6th, 7th, 5th.
I think 5th or 6th.
Okay.
5th probably. Yeah, because last time was 4th, which if we're sticking with regular counting, that would be.
All right, this could be the fight for Ad Finem. They've got the double Earth Splitter.
Oh, they bring in the Spirit. Aloha Dance gets bashed up. They're not able to capitalize. There is going to be the Stomp coming out.
Oh, he dodges it with the
Manta!
Manta! That was sick.
Oh, the Hex here onto G. They're going to go with the swap. No fear, giving his life there. There's going to be the Dax coming out from Madara, or rather from Puck. And now Madara is going to be coming in, joining the fight. There's going to be the Lotus Overhand. Aloha Dance going to be very low, going to get stomped down. There's a drag out, but Yoku is stuck in place. And there's going to be the Yules here onto G. He's going to get stuck here. Can they get the pick? It's going to be everything going well for Ad Finem right now. There's a buyback on the Terror Blade. They're looking for more, but oh, shout. G stuck in place. Madara finally bringing it home, finally doing that damage. Woo. And is going to be going through, pushing the lanes. They do have buybacks again on all the heroes that are dead, but that's expensive. And now it's going to be Ad Finem on the advantage. VP looking to make a Hail Mary hold here. They've got to do something. something big. They will buy back in the bench right away. They're holding back on the buyback of the Timbersaw because, again, that's the big one. They can't afford to lose that for nothing. Terrorblade, if he goes down here, it's all over. Now Thug is going to go through, healing up with that Octarine pickup on the puck. Madara slapping through these racks like it's nothing. Swap back. Spartan could be in some serious trouble. Could get hexed up. They're looking for more, but oh, Madara just manning up, fighting into a punch. He can't afford to go down here, but maybe next time is there helping out Tricks of the trade coming in.
ET ult coming through.
Can it do enough? Oh, the suck back in. Yoku gonna be burned up there. The Chakram's doing some work onto Spartan. Spartan eats up a cheese. He's gonna be fine. And the game is paused. My heart is too fast.
Holy
a combination
crap.
of 4 Red Bulls and a 90-minute game.
There's so many disables on the side of Finem. So many different ways to lock down everybody.
We don't get much of applause here. Okay. Okay. All right.
Madara just dropped his heart on the floor. Oh, he picks it up.
Oh, he gets the
hex.
Yoku, looks like they're looking for something more. Madara really needs to go through it. Oh, make the most out of this. This could be another overcourse, but they get the kill on the Bat Rider. He's buyback, but that's going to be huge here. Terrorblade cannot afford to go down. Can they get the lockdown? 5-second BKB cast out. Aloha dance. He's looking for everything here. G goes through. They get a dag in here onto Madara. He gets the drag, but they're going to drag
Lotus
himself.
Orb, last
The
up.
Lotus Orb. There's going to be the shout here. Yoku has that BKB. It's going to be burned down. They get down the Bat. That's a dieback on the tree. Dieback on the Bat. Dieback on the Vengeful Spirit.
Aloha as well.
They won the
Oh
game.
my god, they did it.
At Finem. At 92 minutes in, they're going straight for tier 4s. The GG is called. That is, I believe, the closest game of the quals so far. Holy
shit.
macaroni.
Honestly. Wow. The Elder Titan aura just becoming too powerful. Beastmaster using his roars and his hexes really good, really good job to lock down the Terrorblade, not letting him get the Sunder off in multiple fights. Abyssal Blade on the anti-mage as well. Just the itemization and everything, just the team fight execution from both teams was looking really good, but Finem's just in the end being a little bit more dominant, just being able to use all their mass lockdown as well as smoke screen and everything just in their bigger advantage, especially around that Roche pit. You saw how much their actual spells benefited more than VP's.
Absolutely, man. That was a hell of a game. What took them so long? Like, I hate to ask that question because, you know, we're supposed to be like, oh, this is the best ever. I love it when games go 90 minutes with no fighting for like 30 of those. But, you know, it came down to Anti-Mage versus that Terrorblade. What stopped the Terrorblade from getting that early advantage? Like, why wasn't he able to snowball and be that early push hero that we know and love?
It was just some small mistakes and stuff, but overall, just both teams did a really good job of like recognizing when they would make a mistake and how to make up for it. It was like, oh god, like Madara dies or something, we need to do our best possible to keep the lanes pushed out. Oh, it's like, oh man, our Ricky dies, the same thing. Just make as much space as possible, get all the information you can, especially on that Ricky. He did a really good job. His score doesn't really apply to how much impact he did have on the game, but they overall just were able to stall it out long enough for all these items to add up, and the Elder Titan aura in the end of the game just ends up being too difficult to bear through.
All right, so now we're going to hop into a quick break here before going into our next game, which is going to be Alliance versus Empire. And Fogged is going to be joining me once again. I've been your caster, Annie. Again, Fogged. So sit tight and relax for more Beyond the Summit coverage of the EU qualifiers. What a crazy series of games so far.